The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
Hey everybody, how are we doing today? All right, kids. Welcome to the Mark Hoke Show, and we are live here at the World Series of Poker, Day 7. The only place you need to turn to, as we're going to have it all covered for you here live at the World Series of Poker, is 27 players will be down to 9. Well, sometime tonight. Sure isn't going to be happening in the next 2 hours. But we are going to be covering it for you live the whole way here from start to finish. Non-stop. So we'll take a dinner break, of course, but it is going to be an exciting afternoon as we are going to be getting down to the final 9 that are going to be coming back here in November 10th to play for the World Championship and $10 million. And we're going to give you live updates as we move along through the day. We'll have the team will be getting down here. I'm here a little early for everybody, so they're going to be down here a little bit later on to get things rolling for us and keep you updated from the first card to the last. Should be very exciting today. And we, of course, have some great stories from superstar pros to returning players, or players trying to return to the November 9, to rank amateurs. Literally, I mean, we got a moneymaker-esque story in here. It is something else. We're going to take a look at all the players for you as we go through the day. And, get interviews. And, of course, so many people will be hanging around today. So we'll bring you everything we can here on the Mark Hoke Show. Only place you need to turn, the best in poker news. Of course, we're on KLAV 1230 AM, soon to be on 920. And, of course, here on MarkHokeShow.com. Thanks to Bob Lesk and the Rogue Wire team. Oh, boy. I'll tell you what. And what a night last night. That, once we went off the air, it had just gotten to about 36 or 37. Took a while for that money bubble to burst last night, or that 36 spot to burst, and that was, of course, one of the money lines too. And then it slowed to a grinding halt. But we did have a pretty spectacular double elimination last night that helped get to that magic 27. Now we stand here with all these guys trying to chase down this world title. And we have information on every one of them for you, and we'll be ready to break it all down as we go on. Want to take care of some business right off the bat first, if we could. And I'm going to do the lean here. This will be fun. Of course, you're probably going to be hearing a lot of noises like that one as they're clearing out the Rio and setting up actually for a billiards tournament coming up here. So that's going to be pretty exciting for everybody. So you go right from poker to billiards. I suggested Event 66, the Cues and Cards Championship. I think a lot of people in poker would certainly enjoy that, even though I don't know if the team is ready to stick around here a few more days or not. I think it's about time to call it quits. All right, there we go. And let's, of course, first remind everybody where you're going to be hearing us next because, of course, we'll be on KLAV on Wednesday. Chad Holloway will be joining us there, so you can tune in here in Las Vegas, KLAV 1230 AM, or on the internet at KLAV1230am.com. We would love to have you join us there. So probably the best reporter in poker is going to be coming on the show with us on Wednesday. And then Chad and I are going to go wreck some dune buggies. That could hurt. I'm really scared, to be honest with you. The last time I tried anything like that, it was just one of the worst experiences. Smashed into a wall. Oh, God. So making fun of everybody else, yeah, I'm probably going to be one of the victims. But, of course, make sure you join us there. And very soon we'll be starting up on 920 as well. So should be a great one there. And then 2 weeks from now on the KLAV show, we are tentatively scheduled to have Greg Merson join us. So that's going to slam off like 4 world champions in the last, 7 or 8 weeks for us on KLAV. So that's pretty exciting. We do appreciate all those guys stopping and taking the time to join us, because that's where you find the best guests in poker. We don't screw around here. We bring on everybody you want to see on the Mark Hoke Show constantly. And, of course, make sure you check out all our YouTube videos. You're going to see the best in the game at their, some of them at their best, some of them at their worst, some of them just plain ugly. But just Google or go to YouTube, punch in Mark Hoke, and you're going to find all those great videos, including the ones coming up today. But everything is up there except for this last day, one more time around. Oh, all those noises. Just sounds like pain in there. We want to thank, of course, all of our great sponsors of the show. We have a new one, by the way, and I've probably been a little lax on mentioning them, but because they're not on our marketing cards. But we have our good friends at Deeg Poker, DEEG.poker.com, for very unique and outstanding line of poker apparel. Make sure you check them out at DeegPoker.com. Once again, DEEGPoker.com. Like Degenerate. I'm sure you kids can remember that. There you go, Deeg Poker. I'm going to throw on a Deeg wristband. I normally don't wear these wristbands, but for the boys at Deeg, I'll do that. Not a problem. We'll take care of that. That'll help me remind to get plugs for 12 hours today, too. We also want to thank our good friends that also help back the show in here. The Players Poker Championship Poker Tour, of course, had a great event over at the Stratosphere earlier during the World Series, and finishing up at Tampa Bay Downs, and they're going to have so many other outstanding events that all lead to their championship in Aruba, and you can be a part of it all over the country. Make sure you check them out at Players Poker Championship, at the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour, ppcpokertour.com. Thanks to those guys for helping out. Final number 9comic.com is the site. You can get the first issue downloaded for free and then watch as an amazing series of comic book entertainment. Unique idea coming at you. 9 will become one way or another. Final 9 comic. Our good friends at Arctic Blue Cooling Towels, arcticblu.com. You get 15% off plus free shipping with the code Mark Hoke Show. So make sure you guys, it is going to be a nasty summer, and we want you to help be a part of it, not burn yourselves up. So go to arcticblu.com, 15% off. Good friends, Run Good Gear, 10% off with the code Hoke at rungoodgear.com. Get your Run Good in there. Great gear today. Check them out at rungoodgear.com. We also have our friends at Blind Squirrel Apparel. Look good and be lucky. It's for the gambler and you, baby. 20% off with the code Hoke at blindsquirrelapparel.com. We also have our friends Sun Buggy Fun Rentals. I want to thank them for throwing in the prizes for our 1K drawing, won by Leonard Lang. Unfortunately, Leonard didn't make the main event, but gave it a hell of a run. But Sun Buggy Fun Rentals being a part of that. Go to sunbuggy.com and get in with the original off-road tour company. You're going to have a great time like I'm going to have on Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Double-digit covers for you guys that are, now the World Series is over. Man, you got some baseball to bet on and all sorts of other stuff. Football season is not that far away, guys. It's only about 6 weeks. So if you want to get on with the best sports consulting team in the business, it's Tony Dose, Tommy Bertuzzi, and all the boys over there at Double Digit Covers. You can call and get your free winner today, 855-489-2700. That's 855-489-2700. Or visit doubledigitcovers.com and get free winners sent to your phone every day. Stop guessing and start winning with Double Digit Covers. Good friends at BlueRail.net, home of the Mark Hoke Show on the internet. And, of course, great website design. Call Bob Lusk at 522-820-5128. It's 522-820-5128. They'll host your site for $9 a month. You can't beat that. That's cheaper than even those GD guys. So give Bob a call at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go? Our friends at Team Poker Joker, 10% off with the code VegasHoke. You can grin and win today with some of the most unique poker apparel you're going to find. A lot of fun with, and join the cult there too at Team Poker Joker. Grin and win with their gear today. TeamPokerJoker.com. Nevada Poker League. Hey, there's Blair Rodman, everybody. What's up? NevadaPokerLeague.com. Over $50,000 in cash and prizes, all for free. 17 different locations here in Las Vegas. Check them out at NevadaPokerLeague.com. Off Tilt Poker Tables, the builder of so many tables, major poker tours around the world. World Series of Poker RFID table. It's sitting right in there. Is from Off Tilt Poker Tables. The WPT Deep Stacks Tour. You've got the Mid-States Poker Tour, the Two-Pair Poker Tour. I mean, everybody uses off-tilt poker tables because I introduced them because I wanted to make sure that everybody got to know Brian Knott at Off Tilt Poker Tables, and you can too. $300 off your table at offtiltpokertables.com right now. Give Brian a call as well, 262-490-3812. It's 262-490-3812. The ladies poker team that has been with us for a long time, the Grindettes, make sure you go to grindettes.com. Katie Stone, Katie Dozier, Jen Shahade, and Jamie Kerstetter. Get on board, man. You'll love following these ladies at Grindettes and on Twitter, and, of course, the Grindettes on Facebook and grindettes.com. Dutch Boyd's new book, Poker Tilt. Check it out. I'm telling you, everybody is giving this book outstanding reviews. It is going to be a must-read in the poker industry. Check it out, pokertilt.com. You can get it there or on Amazon right now. Good friends at Global Poker Index, simulcast on there. We appreciate that. They are the poker ranking authority. So if you want to know where you and all your buddies and the top players in the world stand, just go to globalpokerindex.com. Las Vegas Advisor. Of course, if you're in Las Vegas and you want to get the best deals you can, well, there's only one place to go. It's Las Vegas Advisor. Check them out today, lasvegasadvisor.com. Get your membership today and join in the fun. I'll tell you what, I got some great books. Like it's like $50 to get the whole thing. There's a $25 coupon for Austin Steakhouse. It's a great deal. So head on over to lasvegasadvisor.com. And the next live appearance for the Mark Hoke Show, at least scheduled, we may have jammed another one in coming up sooner. But we know for sure we're going to be at the Canadian Poker Tour Summer Showdown in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. That's going to be a blast. We're looking forward to joining Kelly and the team up there. 10 big events over 11 days, $500,000 of guaranteed tournaments at this awesome event. Player of the series is going to win a poker super cruise for 2 and an Ivy League online training package, so that's a hell of a deal. It's going to be at the Grey Eagle Casino from July 24th to August 3rd, and you can get great discounts on hotel and airfare. Just go to CanadianPokerTour.tv. Once again, it's CanadianPokerTour.tv, and we'll see you at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. I will be there broadcasting live from Thursday, July 31st through Sunday, August 3rd, covering the high roller and the main event. So it should be a good one there at the Canadian Poker Tour. There we go. Last night went down to 27 players. And I'll tell you what, we have some amazing players still left in this tournament. We're looking at Martin Jacobson, who has unbelievably gone from day one chip leader to the chip leader now. No one has ever led in the November 9 era on day one and won the world championship. But Martin Jacobson is well on his way to maybe making that happen. He's got a great chip lead right now, and we'll give you the counts in a little bit. But Jacobson looking very good right now as he tries to continue his quest to become the world champion. He's also got, but he does have some definite competition there. Two-time bracelet winner Luis Velador comes in second place. Dan Sindelar is in there in third. All sorts of other great notables on this one, too. We also, of course, yesterday lost our last woman standing. That was Maria Ho. She finishes 77th, was unfortunately out pretty quick yesterday. But she ends up for the second time being the last woman standing in the main event. So congratulations to Maria on another outstanding run through the World Series of Poker main event. Let's go to those chip counts, shall we? Because that's what everybody cares about at this point, who's where and what. We'll also break down the tables, and like I said, we've got information on all the players, amateur and professional, here today. So it's going to be a good one. Martin Jacobson leading the way, 22,335,000 chips. He is your chip leader and has a pretty substantial lead, about 5.7 million, over the two-time bracelet winner Luis Velador, 16,600,000. Wow, look at these guys. This is just poker genius right here. Lance Bradley and Andrew Feldman coming in the door. Dan Sindelar in third, 16,345,000. And Doni Larabe out of Spain is 15,280,000. The man that is going to wreck the graphics machines for ESPN, especially if he makes this final table, William Papa Constantino. That's right, PAPPACONSTANTINOUEIEIO, 14,640,000. Bruno Politano, the Brazilian, who has been riding a little bit of a roller coaster but has been hanging around the top for most of the last few days, stands at 11,625,000. Dan Smith, the Ivy League Pro, and, of course, one of the great high roller tournament players of all time, standing at $10,335,000, looking to try and reach this WSOP final table. Craig McCorkle out of West Sussex of the United Kingdom, $8,765,000. So nice little, only 7 players have cracked the 10 million mark at this point. There's a lot of chips spread out. Not as many as you maybe think, but there are a lot of chips spread out once you get past this group of about the top 9 or so. Felix Stevenson out of London, Norway, standing in ninth place, 7,740,000 chips, followed by Andrei Zaichenko as rounds out the top 10, 7,335,000 chips. Mark Newhouse, of course, continuing his quest for history. Can he be the first man to not only get back in the November 9 era to the final table, but also to go back-to-back? It is an unbelievable opportunity for him. And if Newhouse could pull this off, what an experience advantage he would have coming into this November 9 in a couple of months. Joe Payne is here, by the way. Oh, that's okay. You're here. It's all good. I got it covered. We're doing all right. Newhouse standing at 6.82 million chips. Thomas Sara Jr., 6,510,000. William Tonking, 5,870,000. And then there's Devo. Of course, Devonshire has a 13th place finish in the main event in the past, and he'll be looking to try and improve on that a few more spots, and we're going to see him in November. 5,775,000 chips. Jort van Hoof, 5,395,000 out of Eindhoven, the Netherlands. So the Dutchman looking to try and find his way into this group. Eddie Sabat, the man who also lost to the Dragon Farmer dude on my final table back in 2007. It was Eddie's first major cash. I was there for it. Eddie was the guy that turned down the 18-weight chop, by the way.
Good for him.
Cost me about $3,500 or $3,700 in retrospect. Shouldn't have, but it did.
So you're still angry about that?
No, I'm not mad about it. About turned down an 18-weight chop, even though 17 other players agreed to it.
That's a pretty big chop.
Yeah, it was a big chop, 10K each. We'd have been happy, but Eddie did all right for himself. But Eddie Sabat trying to make history and get to the World Series of Poker final table. He is at 4,670,000. Kyle Kiernan, who'd been in the top of the leaderboard for quite a while, slipped off a little bit, then managed to come back. Looked like he was going to get knocked out of here, but he held on. 4,465,000 chips. Leaf Force, a little over 4 million right now. Of course, Leaf has an 11th place finish in the main event to his credit. Christopher Greaves out of Zionville, Indiana, 3,935,000. Maximilian Seneft out of Vienna, Austria, 3,920,000. Oscar Kemps, the other Dutchman coming out of here, 3,910,000. He is from Amsterdam. Boy, if he gets to the final table, there's going to be some parties around his place, I bet. Just a few.
It would have been better if we got a Brazilian at the final table.
I don't know. I think the parties in Amsterdam aren't too bad, though.
Well, from a different
There's some
perspective.
crazy stuff that goes on here. Little off-kilter kind of things. You know those Dutch.
Brazilians have a lot to celebrate because
they need a little
they had
celebration.
the ultimate disappointment last week.
They did. So, Iron Lightborn out of London, the United Kingdom, 3,875,000. Sean Dempsey, who already won a bracelet here in this World Series, is at 3,145,000, trying to hang on. Urain Carrignard, is at 2,885,000. Scott Maheen, the man whose chips got mixed with Matt Waxman's on a break yesterday.
How'd that happen, by the way?
I have no idea. I'll have to go back and read the article again. I think I've got it sitting here.
Now, did they use the ESPN cameras to get the chips back to what is security?
Went security cameras.
Oh, they went to surveillance?
Yep, they sure did.
Now, did one of the players knock it over? Is that what happened? Or
give me a minute and I'll look at the article because I think I have it. I have that up with all my player information.
Okay, cool.
Maheen coming in 1,460,000. He is out of Elk Point, South Dakota. Brian Roberts out of Houston, Texas, 1,365,000. And Scott Palmer, the online superstar, who great stories about him. It's a shame he's not higher towards the leaderboard because, boy, I'll tell you, ESPN would have some fun with him on the November 9. Of course, not many live cashes, but won millions and millions of dollars as an online player in his parents' basement. And they didn't even know for the longest time.
Really?
Until he finally bought a car. That's pretty sick. I'd just like to keep that. Hey, Mom and Dad, I want to.
What did they think he was doing down in the basement?
Who knows? I mean, my parents ignored me and left me in my room.
Well,
so.
I know why.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Very understandable.
Maybe it's the same thing for him. I don't know. But Scott Palmer comes in very short stacked, 760,000. Players are coming back today to blinds of. The structure is not up there. So now I got to do that digging. So as soon as I know what blind level they're coming in on, I'm glad to tell you.
I'm going to say probably 5,100.
I think they're somewhere around there. I think they might be past that one. Let me
I
get
think
the
that's
sheet
where
here.
they ended last night. I think 5,100.
Let's get the old structure sheet up here. Sorry, that was that little error caught me off guard. It'll show up here soon.
Yeah, 31, level 31, is it?
I think they're coming back to. I don't. Without that being up there, I don't know. But we're looking at least 6120, maybe 8160.
What level are you looking at right now?
I'm at 30 and 31 on the.
Yeah, I think they're coming back at 31. That's what I think. So.
Well, let me see if it's in this update here. I do apologize for that, guys. No, they don't have it listed. Shame on them. That's all right. We'll know soon enough.
It's big.
We'll know soon enough. But one interesting part about where these guys are coming back to, we've only, if you go outside the top 9, you've only got about 88 to 90 million chips in play, ballpark, somewhere in there. So there's really not a lot of these bottom guys. I mean, they could get picked off here pretty quickly, and it's not going to, you would expect that those 9 players are going to spread those chips out pretty well too. So, somebody's got the, good opportunity for maybe like Jacobson to get on a roll here, and maybe roll it up to 45 or 50 million, but those chips could get spread out and can make for a very interesting November 9 table for sure. So, no reaction.
Well, I'm
No?
just trying to think. If I was in that position today, what my game plan would be. I mean, there's some pretty big stacks there right now. Do they want to risk dropping down to 5th and 6th in stacks to try to?
That's where it gets fun, doesn't it?
It's a tough decision. That's what I was processing when you kind of threw me that question, unprepared for it. But
I apologize.
No.
Well, I was unprepared too, so we're off to a great start.
Well, but
Joe Payne, everybody. Joe Payne.
Mark Hoke.
Hey, yeah. Table draws. Very interesting table draws here as we head into today's play. The featured table is going to be table 2. That features Martin Jacobson, 22,335,000. But then get a gander at the chip counts that are left with him on the table. Brian Roberts, 1,365,000 in seat 2. Andrei Zaichenko, 7,335,000 in seat 3. Felix Stevenson out of Norway, 7,740,000. Eddie Sabatas of 4.6 in seat 5. Sean Dempsey's in seat 6 at 3.145. Newhouse on the table, 6.8. Bruno Politano is at 11.6, and Kyle Kiernan at 4.465. Could Jacobson have asked for much better of a draw on that table than what he got?
Well, when you have that many chips, it's pretty easy to get a feel for a table that you're probably going to be able to dominate if you choose to go that route.
And there's really no reason not to. I mean, we got Politano on there, is the only guy that really could do major damage to his possible November 9 hopes, at least out of this group. Because you got a guy, you got a short stack right in front of you, a couple guys at 7. I mean, if they get you, you're still at 15. So that's not really a bad spot to be in. I think you got Sabat at 4.
Losing $7 million is a bad spot. At this
it's
point,
bad,
yeah.
but
he's got 22, right?
Yeah, Jacobson's the only guy that could take that hit.
Yeah, but that's a 30. At this point of the race, so to speak, losing a 30 get chips. That's what's great about No Limit is that no matter how big or how short your stack is, you're never more than 2 or 3 steps away from either celebrating or disaster.
Right.
22 million gets involved, gets tangled up in a 7 million pop. Guess what's happened? He's got 14 million. He's got 14 million now, or 15, 14. So now it's a ball game. So
yeah, I really like his spot there, though. I mean, there's some chance to really clean a few players off the table. and of course then who knows what's going to get brought over. But I think it's a great opportunity for Jacobson and for Politano there too. Zaichenko, Stevenson, in that weird spot. Look at that. There's Brian Devonshire, everybody. Devo. Yeah, baby. Good buddy of mine. Devo always funny on the show, by the way.
Okay.
Makes me
He
laugh.
looks kind of like. There's one player who I don't know, but he was out when I was walking the door just 5 minutes ago. He was looking up to the sky. He had his arms stretched out, palms up, and at first I thought
Dan Smith, I'm guessing.
I don't know.
That's got to be Dan Smith.
He has red basketball shorts on and a black T-shirt. But it looked at first when I was approaching him, it just looked like he might just been kind of soaking up the sun, like for added energy. But then as I got closer, is he praying?
Dan was meditating over here yesterday.
Oh, so maybe it was Dan then.
Yeah. Dan looked very comfortable, kicking back, relaxing, pulling in the chi,
So maybe that's what he was doing. It was kind of strange to see that, I mean, but, when you're playing for $10 million, you'll try to pull on anything that you feel might give you an extra step, so to speak.
Yeah. By the way, Brick Mason, 13 in the chat box, is saying, hey, what's Joe's claim to fame? Joe, you're one of the world-class blackjack players of all time.
I was, and they stopped doing the ranking. I was the number one rated blackjack player, tournament blackjack player in the country in 2007 and 2008. And that's where I kind of made my bones. But then when you become a really good blackjack player as opposed to a really good poker player, they roll out the red carpet for you. As a really good or skilled blackjack player, they roll out a carpet, lay you down in it, and then roll the carpet back up and then take you out to the desert. So I came over to the poker side of the ledger sheet, so to speak, and I think my skill in blackjack and managing chips in tournaments and playing live has immensely helped me in making the transition over to poker, and I've been somewhat successful in poker tournaments. I've won a couple. I've cashed in a World Series event two years ago. I've only played like 2 or 3 events a year. This year was the first time I did play the main event, which was a kick in the butt. I mean, not a kick in the butt in a bad way. It was an incredible experience, and I've committed myself to play this event every year going forward now because of the structure alone is just incredible. It's very rare that you're in panic mode here with the structure. Even when you start with $30,000 chips and 2-hour blind levels, it's a great tournament for a skill player. And not that I'm calling myself a skill player. I think I'm a pretty good poker player. But I think if you get in certain situations in poker tournaments where you may have to push your chips with a less than optimum premium hand because of your chip stack size compared to the blind levels and the impending clock ticking away at you. You don't really have that here at the main event. Obviously, when you get down to under $1 million, and you're at these big blind levels now, yes, but look how deep they are. All these gentlemen are walking away with 6-figure scores going forward now. So, So my claim to fame is I'm probably kicked out of about half the casinos here in town. The other ones,
there you go.
The other ones I have to sneak in the back door. I was actually prohibited from playing a World Series event last year because someone looked up my notes that said no table games whatsoever.
Wow.
That meant casino table games.
Right.
But the clerk here read it as a poker game, I couldn't. So I had to get a whole big rig. They literally, $1 billion corporation had like a 2-hour meeting as to whether I can play a World Series event, which they finally rescinded and said, okay, you can play. But at that point, I just felt so bad vibes of that particular tournament that I decided not to play it, and came back and played another tournament, and I actually cashed in that tournament. So maybe they actually did me a favor. So
there you go.
It was a small cash, but it was a cash.
Yep. Players making their way in there right now.
Yep.
Just saw Eddie Sabat headed in the door.
Now, when you were around for Eddie's first real cash, the one that he refused to chop, did he wind up winning that tournament?
Came in second.
He
lost to the guy that put the horrible beat on me.
Okay.
Somehow. I don't know how either of us lost in that turn to that bozo.
It's funny because it always seems that the guy who doesn't want to chop seems to go out next or real close to.
Eddie had so many chips at that point.
Yeah. And you know what? I
don't blame him.
No, the chop was an even chop. Well, the Pachoptos.
Yeah, we had come up with everybody walks with over 10,000.
No, you can't. If Eddie's got that
Well,
many
if Eddie
chips,
wanted, if Eddie wanted a little bit, I
and he
would've
should.
thrown a couple back.
I'm a firm proponent of chop by chip count because that's fair.
Well, sure.
Maybe you throw a little bit extra to the short stack because the short stack has some additional value because they're pushing more often.
I was around the third, I ended up at the final table starting off third, so I would have been in good shape on that. I would have been okay.
So the gentleman in the chat box who wanted to know where I made my bones, you can come play against me. I mean, I'm pretty soft.
He said, "Very nice and great story, thanks."
Oh, I got plenty. We should have I have plenty of casino stories that would make the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Well, we may have time to tell a few of them today.
Yeah, we'll be here all day today. So.
Going all the way, baby.
I can tell you by the time I was literally escorted out of the buffet at the Palms.
Oh, that's not right.
It wasn't right. I was hungry.
At least let you eat for the love
I was
of God.
surrounded by 4 security guards who demanded to see my ID, and I was like, you get to know what your rights are when you're an Advantage player here in Las Vegas. And I was like, excuse me, did I hit a jackpot while I was eating the buffet? Do you need to know my information? No, we need to see you. And I'm like, well, you see me. No, we need to see your ID. I'm like, sir, I'm eating. Please don't bother me.
Yeah, there you go.
But make a long story short, they walked me out of the buffet.
That's
okay.
Well. Are you okay? I'm just making sure.
Oh, I've gotten way even with the Palms.
Okay, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. The other 2 tables coming in here today. Table 1 features the man who's going to destroy the graphics on ESPN, William Papaconstantino.
Yeah.
At $14,640,000. Seat 2 is Jort van Hoof, $5,395,000. William Tonking, 5.87 is in seat 3. Luis Velador, $16,600,000. So we'll talk about that group of 4 there in a second. Maximilian Senef, the Austrian, at 3.9. Brian Devonshire, Devo is at $5,765,000. Dan Smith coming into the final table, $10,335,000. Scott Palmer, the short stack, $760,000, and Scott Maheen at $1.46 million. And I got to tell you, these guys with the 5 million chips, they probably love to be over on Martin's table right now, considering they got stuck in a little bit of a sandwich there. In between Papaconstantino and Velador's huge stacks. That's not going to be an easy road for either of those guys to climb. They're probably going to be getting squeezed a lot today.
Now, do you think Norman Chad is kind of hoping that Papa don't make it because it's going to be a tongue twister for him constantly?
Oh, that's going to be tough.
They've kind of given him a nickname, though.
Yeah.
Papa something, I think they were calling him, which kind of makes sense.
Papa John? Papa Bill?
I don't know. Papa John's Pizzeria.
WP?
That's
what I'd be going. I'm going for the Papa John sponsorship.
Right. If there's, and it was funny because there was a lot of tweets last night. Man, this is a big difference from 2005 where agents would have been running all over the place here trying to get decal or sticker deals on these players. You don't see that. But Papa John's, that might be a good. I mean, he's a big Super Bowl guy, sponsor. Maybe he should have a boy.
There you go.
Getting a Papa John sticker on him.
Hoof
pizzas for everybody every time he wins a pot.
There you go. And Hoof could get Von Hoof could get some horse farm sponsorships.
Yeah, like that.
Maybe some racetracks. I don't know. I'm just being creative. Oh my God! Can you?
Let me just stick my face in.
Oh,
no, that's
Sarah Grant.
That's a pleasant surprise.
Was ever over there? It was.
God, Sarah just looks stunning today.
She has that kind of skirt on or dress on right now that she shouldn't be leaning over anything. Nevertheless, but if she's going to lean, she should have got in front of us and leaned that way.
It's all right. Well, Sarah lives in Las Vegas.
Yeah. She don't have much of a tan, though.
Sarah Grant stopping in. Well, it's because she has to be inside covering poker tournaments all the time.
Sarah Grant leaning in.
Oh, yeah.
Leaning in.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
Now the audience is saying, man, Mark, why don't you push that camera back a little bit?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Table 3 is going to feature.
Sorry.
Well, there's nothing I can do. Table 3 will feature Urain Kerignard from France, $2.885 million, and Doni Larabe out of Spain is going to be the second biggest stack at the table. He's at $15,280,000. Lee Force, $4,035,000. Christopher Greaves at $3,935,000. Oscar Kemp also at $3,910,000. Craig McCorkle, $8,765,000. Thomas Sara Jr., $6.5 million. Dan Sindelar, Big stack on the table, 16,345,000, and Iron Lightborn out of the UK is at 3.8. So not a bad table draw for Sindelar and Larabi to try and pick up some chips there too. Though McCorkle with that 8.7 could make it a little bit trickier, but I really like Larabi's seat here with Force and Graves, even though I don't know if I want to I want to mess with Leaf too much. But still, he's got a couple of shorter stacks there, plus a short stack to his right too. So not a bad spot for Larabi.
How late, by the way, how late did you stay last night?
In terms of being on air? Or
no,
just stayed?
At the Rio.
I think I got out here about 11 o'clock because I had a great time with Pat Lyons last night.
Okay.
Two-pair Poker Tour Pro.
Two-pair.
Yeah, two-pair.
Okay.
Two-pair magazine, of course, and the two-pair Poker Tour going on up Northern California. Going to be in Petaluma on the 21st through the 27th.
Now, you had a great time. What were you doing?
Oh, just hang out. Had a little dinner,
Oh, okay.
Kicked it back.
Yeah, because I was going to say late last night, the bodies were falling out of the Rio on it real quick. I mean, there was one hand where there were 3 players all in at one time, and the best hand held up, and the 2 players were knocked out on the same hand.
Yeah, it was pretty.
The fur was flying last night.
It did.
I guess they said, I don't want to have to come back tomorrow. I'm just going to get a whole bunch of chips, or I'm going to go home tonight.
Yep.
And take my almost 200,000 or 100. And where are they at now? Like 180 somewhere in that area?
I will check that for you in just a second. Let's see where we are on those. Okay, I don't need the schedule. I've got that already. Thank you. Here it goes. It's going, I swear to God. There we go. Payouts at this point on your prize pool with 27 players remaining.
What is 27? It's a big jump from 28 to 27, by the way.
So here's your pay jump from last night. Of course, we did see a lot of action between, once they got to 36, we cleared out a few players down about 31, and then it tightened up because that was a $50,000 pay jump last night from actually about 56,000 from 230,487 to now at this level, everyone guaranteed 286,000.
And the player that left last night got how much? 230?
230. Yep, 230,487.
And the first player out today gets.
They're to 286. That goes from 19 to 27.
Wow. That's a pretty big jump, huh?
Yeah, so I'm sure that the short stacks are going to be jumping early here, just like we've seen every level recently.
Mixing it up early.
Trying to see if they can make a move up because it's another $61,000 to slide up into the top 18. The next pay jump goes to $347,521, and then it gets really fun because you go 16 to 18, get that 347, 13 to 15. Almost $100,000 jump to $441,000. So it's going to get pretty hairy in there pretty fast, to say the least. And, of course, these guys playing to get to the final table. Min cash for the November 9 this year is $730,725, with the winner walking out in November with $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
He did with $10 million.
Pretty impressive.
Yes, sir. So it should be a pretty wild run here. As play is actually should be underway right now. So 12:08.
Well, they said 12ish, noonish.
Yeah, noonish.
Noonish. So.
It's poker time. It's poker time.
No, actually, tournaments do start on time, but I think they have a little bit of a hoopla for the final
Pomp and circumstance.
Pomp and circumstances.
Yes. So
for the final 27.
You betcha.
So have we figured out how we're going to be doing this?
We'll just
live broadcasting.
Yeah,
I'm going to be in there and
hop in and out, whatever you want.
Hop
to do,
in and out. Call you. Open up
the
the Skype line. I can call you on the Skype line.
I will get the Skype line open for you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if there's any updates yet, but I'll hit it just for fun.
I don't think so.
Probably not. But no, nothing going on yet. But I got to tell you, isn't this just such a stark contrast to what it's been like at the Rio here? It's so quiet in here right now.
It's yeah. You walk in sometimes. You go, is it over?
I had a lot of people ask me if it was over today.
Yeah, because you walk in, it's just so quiet here, as opposed to for the last 6.5 weeks, it's just been. Well, at times there was kind of lulls a couple of times, but it was kind of busy in here.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
You know what? Did you see the tweet? And I'm not sure who put it out, but a couple players were pretty insulted that while the final 5 or 6 tables were going on, that they ran a deep stack in the same room.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I guess they can do what they want.
They can.
But I don't think it was a good idea. Oh, just overall, You
I
know,
mean, there's
think,
plenty of room here.
yeah.
I mean, they could have done the Brazilian room.
Yeah, but they were tearing it down. They had it all torn down.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you want to jam one in, it's kind of cool.
You know,
but at the
that'd
same
be
time,
like hosting the Super Bowl, and there's some stadiums that have like an adjacent field, and having a peewee. And I'm not saying anything bad about the players playing the deep stack yesterday, but it's like having a peewee football game while the Super Bowl's going on. It's just like,
yeah,
this is the big show, baby.
Yeah.
And it should be the only show going on.
It should. Yeah, and I think one, by the way, was Tony Dunst going by there a little while ago.
Okay.
I would have been a little upset. But it was funny. Griffin Banger was the one that really blasted him on Twitter, and then he got knocked out.
Probably should have been paying more attention to his table than what
nice.
was going on the other side of the room. Yeah, I was a
yeah,
little surprised at that. When I first walked in, it was just like, it looks like a lot more than 60 players left.
Yeah.
And I realized, it's a deep stack tournament.
Yeah, it's it's kind of been tradition here since they moved it into the Rio that one of the cool things about what's happening in that room is you see the table consolidation, and as you get less and less players in there. The room opens up, the tables start getting pulled away, and you get that feel of finality. The finality is coming. And when you throw all those people in there, all of a sudden it kind of takes that away a little bit and changes the atmosphere in the room for sure. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, it's up to them. Would I personally have done that, for the aesthetics of the tournament? No. But I suppose there's money to be made. You got to make it.
I got a text this morning from a friend of mine a blackjack player, just dabbled a little bit in poker, and he said, I just looked at the numbers, and they took more. He's talking about the Rio. They took more of a piece of the one drop than they did of the main event. And what he's failing to realize is that the buy-in for the one drop was $1 million. The buy-in here is $10,000. So there was like 120 players in the one drop. Oh no, there wasn't 120 players. I'm thinking of the Players Poker Championship. There was 42, which would be equivalent to about 4,200 because obviously the buy-in is 100 times more than the main event. So, but I think what he failed to realize too is that not only did the Rio take a piece, which they obviously are entitled to run the tournament, but then a portion of that entry fee went to a donation towards one drops.
Right.
I don't think he calculated that. He's a numbers guy, and I think he forgot that there was also a donation to one drop, which is a very great cause. And so.
All right, and
no one's twisting your arm to play that event.
Yeah,
so.
no question about that. We also have going on some great stories in the room. I mean, there are, of course, we have a lot of great pros, but there are some players that we're not familiar with, and there's a reason why.
And why is that?
I pulled up all the information on these guys this morning, and just going through some of these guys. Christopher Greaves, who's out of Zionville, Illinois. Here's his. This is only going to be the second major cash of his career.
Wow.
The first one was on a 2005 card player cruise tournament that earned him $2,200.
Wow. But this, again,
amazing,
it goes to show you that the structure of this tournament makes it pretty fair for a lot of players. It gives you plenty of playing time. You got a chance that you don't have to panic, so to speak.
Oscar Kemps, they have him listed out Belgium. I don't know if that's right or not. 2 cashes in his career, has a 213th place in the main event in 2012. That was for $44,000 and picked up a little money in Australia. So his live earnings total 2 cashes, $60,097. Let me see, because I've got everybody's files here, so bear with me. That would not be one of them. Not Kieran. I know there was another guy that's barely done a thing here. That was kind of a big cash though. We'll keep going. Scott Maheen, and that was the guy you were asking about the chip counts, the chips, by the way. They didn't say how his chips got merged, but it just kind of happened. So, yeah, but
well, I can almost guarantee you that all these people that are just basically crossing the finish line for the first time with cashes, they're probably not going to have a cash this big again unless lightning strikes.
Right.
So they're enjoying the moment. I mean, I had a good buddy of mine yesterday who went out in 58th place, Bill Cole, And that would have been a great storyline.
Oh, I know. That was a shame.
I mean, ESPN was all over him.
Yeah, we lost Garrett Greer, the gentleman in the wheelchair,
That's
too.
the gentleman that I played day 2 against. That was the one that when I was involved in my 3-way pot who I wanted to call the clock on. But I was just thinking, he's in a wheelchair, and, I'm like, I'm going to look like the biggest creep in the world if I call the clock on him.
That would have been a real dickheaded move.
Well, I flopped 2 pairs, and he's, and there was the board had 2 diamonds on it. And I have to assume one of the plays is on a big flush draw, and I'm hoping that one of the other plays has just got 2 pairs. I had top 2, and I didn't want to be going up against a flush draw.
Yeah. No.
And he eventually folded. And it was funny because when I was sweating Bill yesterday on the rail, I turned to Blair Rodman, who was standing next to me, and I said, Blair, the kid in the wheelchairs, I played against him in day 2. He's very, very aggressive. And a gentleman standing right in front of Blair and I turned around and goes, yeah, that's my son.
Oh.
No. And he said, you're absolutely correct. Good call. He is super aggressive. And he said, but during day 1, and I don't remember the player's name, he had a player at his table who was aggressive and kind of took that mojo away from him. And so, one guy's aggressive and he's stepping out, you got to sit back then. You can't. So it may have saved him from, and let him go very deep, the fact that he couldn't get out there early like was his original game plan was. So, nice guy.
There you go. William Papa Constantino.
Papa John. I'm going to call him Papa John today.
2 cashes. He's out of Salem, Ohio. 2 cashes for $16,379. His top finish in a World Poker Finals WPT Season 9 finished 8th place for $15,000.
How?
That's his top cash.
That's these are dreams come true.
I know. The Brazilian Bruno Politano has cashed for 3 cashes, $89,548. His biggest cash in 8th place in an LAPT Brazil event. So that's an interesting little number. I know we had a couple more that were really low here. Bear with me. I'm digging them up for you. Thomas Sarr. This one's a big one. His first ever cash in a major tournament.
Seriously?
First ever cash.
Wow.
How about that for a Cinderella story? Never cashed in a poker tournament.
Do we know
before.
how long he's been playing for?
Let's see if I have that information. I really do not. Nope, don't have it.
That's what the and going back to my background as a blackjack player and playing blackjack tournaments also is that poker allows you to, and it's funny when you talk to poker players and go, blackjack, you got to put your money in the circle before you see your cards. That's what's great about poker is 80% of the time when you're not in the blind, you only have to get to play the hand if you choose to play the hand.
Right.
Where in blackjack tournaments, you have to play every hand. So
that'd be nice if you could just fold. Right
that
and
would be
keep your
great
money.
if you didn't have to bet on blackjack until you got your cards dealt to you.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, I got a blackjack. I'm all in.
That would be all right.
Yeah, but I think we'd have to add a little caveat to that. If the dealer turned over blackjack, you lose.
There you go.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You just can't move in on a total free roll like that.
We got Felix Stevenson in there. He has won over 20. He has 2 cashes for $22,000.
Wow. We do have, and I'm not saying this in a disparaging way, we have a relatively green field.
There is some green ones in here.
Wow.
That is for sure. Jort Van Hoof, 4 cashes, $16,771.
We had the moneymaker effect, which kind of just skyrocketed and made everyone believe that anyone should play this event and could win this event. And that kind of subsided a little bit. But now with this year's last 27 players, maybe some people will say, hey, you know what? Look at all these guys that just went this deep with very little big-time tournament experience. So why couldn't I be one of those 27?
Yeah, maybe next time, Joe.
I mean, I got more cashes than most of those guys that you even
How about
mentioned.
that?
How about that? But here I am.
It's some amazing stories in there.
Oh,
but I
great.
think but then you look at that and they've made it this far. But now you also have them running into some players. And we do have a hand that just went off here. Iron Lightborn wakes up with kings and clips some chips off of Andoni Larabe. Larabe's ace-10 no good against Lightborn's kings, and Lightborn moves up to just like that to $5,250,000.
There you go.
So Iron
How much did he
Lightborn,
win in a pot?
Looks like 1.3.
All right, very good. Good for him.
So there you go.
So I'm kind of, as a relatively newcomer to the game here, I mean, I've been around a while, but I'm kind of rooting for the guys who have very little cashes. I'm rooting for them. That would be a great storyline, and I think it'd be great for poker because the November 9 are going to get a ton of coverage, and if and when allowed, ESPN is going to be able to get that up close and personal about background stories on these guys, and if everyone who's watching this realizes some of these guys are just cashing for maybe the second or third time ever. It's kind of like people wake up and say, you know what, instead of me playing all these $100 and $200 tournaments, why don't I just save up and take a shot at the El Grande, so to speak, I think which would be good for Las Vegas and good for poker. I'm
going to work on getting backing starting like tomorrow.
Okay.
I think I would tell my sponsors to back.
What street corner are you going to be working?
Tropicana, down there on Tropicana.
No, I got the Flamingo 15 exit. Okay, I got my sign already.
The corner where Wild Wild West Casino there on.
I got
on
that
Trop.
corner.
That's a
I
good
got
one.
my sign all made. I'm the next WSOP main event champion. Please buy shares of me. Yeah. So it's my corner. Find your own.
Do you think I could raise 10,000 panhandling all year long?
Oh, for a whole year, you can easily raise 10,000.
We got somebody walking in. I believe that might have been one of the players.
He's got an Aikman jersey on, so
yeah,
that's a problem
too,
right there.
Yeah, I understand that. So we'll see if we've got a one man down already. But yeah, talking about these great pros, Jacobson in there, Velador, Sindelar, we know him, Dan Smith, Craig McCorkle, a pretty good ball player. Newhouse is in there. Devo, Eddie Sabat, Karanen. There is some Leif Force, Dempsey. I mean, there are some very talented players in there, too. So this is going to be an intriguing clash for the guys that haven't been there as opposed to the guys that have. And, you have some shorter ones in there. Like, Palmer's got almost nothing right now. Dempsey, is kind of low. Force is a little bit low. Sabat a little bit down. And Devo also, so these guys in the bottom half, but are very experienced players. Can they overcome these amateurs and pick them off and get back into this thing?
What I'd like to add here is that, this becomes the factor of I'm going to call it the green factor. The guys haven't been around much. Are they looking at the pay scales jump ups, and are they tightening down because they're looking to move up because each spot going up is more, not each spot individually, but, until you get to the final 9. But are they going to be cautious because they've made it this far and they're only looking at the 10 million where this other big stacks are going to be looking just to pick them off and just accumulate chips? So I think that's where the green factor may hurt them because they're going to play probably, in my opinion, they're not used to the combat, so to speak, of when you get down to 27 plays and it all becomes every man for himself.
I think it's interesting, when you start taking ICM into account here, that you want to try and optimize the stack that you've got and win as much as you can. But man, I tell you, to a point at a couple of these levels where there's going to be 9 players before a pay jump. I think you kind of have to go for it early at that. But, you also are going to be looking, we talked about the disparity between some of those spots. And it's, once you maybe get to, 19 or 20, it's going to be hard to not have it creep into your mind looking at your stack and saying,
if you can just hang on. Exactly.
Can I hang on and pick up a little more money?
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, I want to play for the World Championship.
What is the difference between, if you can bring it up, what's the difference between a 19 spot and 18 spot? What kind of decisions are they being forced to make here for how much money?
And from 19th to 18th, it goes from oops, I'm sorry, wrong one there. From 230 to 286.
Wow.
So it is a
$56,000 decision. Yeah. Wow. For these guys that have all these littles, and I'm not disparaging them at all. I congratulate them for going to steep, but $56,000 to these guys is probably a lot of money. I mean, I'm sure they probably saved and wangled their way to draw up to 10,000 because they've been playing only small events prior to this. So 56 is a lot of money. Guys thinking right now, wow, that 56,000, I can play 5 main events.
Get a new car.
I can get
pay
a new
for my
car.
groceries for a year.
And that's
you know,
not
clear the rest of the mortgage off. I mean, and those things do creep into your mind. I mean, you know,
as a tournament player, you're not supposed to think like that. Your goal and what you're thinking is, how do I get to the top 3, and then I'll decide from there. Because the bulk of the money in poker tournaments is in the top 3 spots. Obviously, this year, the top spot has got that dangling 10 million carats hanging from. So, yeah, pretty tough decision for these guys. I would like to say I don't want to be in their position, but I'd be lying. I would love to be in their position right
absolutely.
now. Yeah. But, yeah. Does the money influence your decision? It should never. You know, the thinking among blackjack tournament players is when you register for a tournament, whatever the tournament was, $1,000 entry fee, $500, you consider that money to be in the garbage can because there are certain situations on a blackjack tournament where you have to do these off-the-wall plays on the last hand, next to last hand, because you're behind, where you need to double on a 17 or 18, and you know that once you do that, the chances are you're going to bust, and there goes your entry fee of $1,000 or $500. But when you sit down, you already have to count that money as gone.
Yeah.
Now, you know, these guys, the $10,000 is gone, but now they're in a situation where they're guaranteed pretty serious money. Do they hang on for that next pay jump, so to speak? Tough decision.
Yes, it is. Luis Velador up and down, takes a few chips off of Tonking, and then Velador gets into a couple of hands with Van Hoof and loses them right back. So Velador back to 16.5, Van Hoof to 7.2, Tonking down to 4.2 on that little run. Your table 3 set of deuces for Leif Force, and he picks up some chips, goes to 6,100,000. That was against the Robbie. Dan Sindelar picks up a few chips off of Lightborn, not many though, up to 16.6.
But we haven't lost a player.
I haven't lost a player
So
yet, at least
gentleman
according,
that
at
would
least
walk out
according
with
to the
the
updates.
Dallas Cowboys jersey is probably not one of the 27 remaining.
Yeah, I know he was in there, but well, I don't know if he was in there right now, but I know he was in the tournament yesterday. Yeah, so a few chips moving around in there, just a little bit. And once again, we'll get the boys in there and check things out as we go through.
The boys, meaning me?
You're
Am
one.
I plural?
Yeah,
Is there two of me today?
Well, it should be. Hopefully, there'll be more people coming down.
Where's
But
Nate?
I don't know.
I think we should fire his ass. Nate, if you're listening, you better get your ass down here, buddy.
Yeah, we need you, buddy. Need that second person.
I know he was down at Binion's last night for the Chad Brown benefit, which went off really good.
And congratulations, they raised about $70,000
and
for
Poker
charity
Stars
last night.
doubled whatever they raised, from what I understand.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, congratulations. Glad that event went very well. We were working over here, so unfortunately I couldn't get over. But
yep. You were working here. I was carrying some wood for the Nevada Poker League last night.
There you go.
I was tired. You know what? This has been a long 7 weeks, and I'm starting to run out of fuel. And last night I left here, spent a little time with Bill Cole, somewhat celebrating his nice run in the World Series. Went over to Ricardo's and decided to sit down and play a game. And halfway through the game, I couldn't keep my eyes open, and I just said to Sissy, "I need to go home. I need to go to sleep. I'm just burnt out. And it's running me ragged here. The NPL's running me ragged. I am burning a candle. I'm done.
One day.
I got 1 day. I look
One
forward.
day.
One more day. I'm going to go sleep for 3 days.
I think we should take that thing home. By
That
the
looks
way.
pretty cool, right? That would look good in my living room. By the way.
the-
Actually, in my poker room, that would look great.
The one drop display. It's a giant drop with a TV screen in the middle. It's been moved right in front of us over here.
That would be great to have
I'd
your
love
tournament
it.
clock on that when you're running.
I'd love to wheel that thing out of here. I really would.
You know, I did bring my truck today because you asked me to
Oh yeah,
bring
because
my
we
truck.
got to move the couch. Yeah.
So move the couch.
Yeah, we're going to be saying goodbye to the Run Good Gear Lounge around dinner break.
Okay.
Hasta luego.
Are we loading it into the truck on dinner break?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Kristen's coming down, so we'll get it worked.
Okay.
We'll get it worked.
Is it going to my house? Is that the plan?
If you want it, but we're going to put it in our bedroom. But if you want to hang on to it, that's up to you.
Okay, because that's why I brought the truck.
Oh yeah. We got to get it out of here though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you needed a space for that.
Oh,
and,
if you want to hang on to it for me for a little while, that would make me so happy, Joe.
Okay.
Anyway, hey, well, we got to take a commercial break. So
Plus, we don't want it in your bedroom because God only knows if we bring it back, what went on in that.
Well, maybe the spectators.
They don't want to sit in it after that.
Well, that'll be VIP seating. We've got the we've got the bleachers in there right now. So
you might have to bleach the couch.
Yeah, talk about a Run Good Gear lounge. There you go. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back here with our coverage of the main event. 27 players remaining. We will be down to 9 when it's all over, and we're going to be with you the whole time, all day, all night.
I'm looking at the couch, and I'm just getting bad thoughts.
Don't, Joe. Don't do it.
Because I know how you are.
You don't know how I am.
Well, you know what? I've learned over the last 7 weeks. I learned a lot about you.
Yeah.
You're a horn dog.
Nowhere near.
What were you trying to do with my wife here yesterday?
I wasn't trying to do anything with your wife.
She was entertaining you, though, wasn't she?
She is entertaining.
She's very entertaining. She was in a good mood yesterday. She had enough pain pills in her to get around yesterday, and then
started drinking.
Yes, my friend Spencer and Blair Rodman talked her into a couple of shots, and oh my God,
telling stories out of school, I would imagine.
They were telling Mark Hoke stories, and Mark's microphones are taking on a whole new meaning.
Oh dear God!
You tell the wife what happened last night? No, probably not.
No, I didn't.
No, of course not.
No, I forgot to. I didn't see her until she was asleep. I didn't get home till 11.
Would she be jealous?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Oh, you don't have a jealous wife? Okay, that's good to know.
No, not anymore. She's chilled out on that. Anyway, let's get this commercial break in. We got to get one in. We've already been on an hour and didn't do one. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're live at the World Series of Poker. It's day 7 time, and somebody's going to be walking out of here headed to November 9. Should be a good one. So stick around, everybody. We'll be right back. The Canadian Poker Tour returns to Calgary, Alberta, Canada for the CPT Summer Showdown July 24th through August 3rd at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. With 10 big events over 11 days featuring over $500,000 in guarantees, it promises to be one of the most exciting events on the summer poker calendar. Plus, the Mark Hoke Show will be there live from July 31st through August 3rd for coverage of the CPT Summer Showdown High Roller and Main Event. For the full schedule and outstanding hotel and flight discounts, just visit CanadianPokerTour.tv. That's CanadianPokerTour.tv. See you in Calgary July 24th through August 3rd at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino for the Canadian Poker Tour Summer Showdown.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1, one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo, or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker fell. So go there now with the promo code HOKE, that's HOKE, for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up. Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, Blue Rail BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit BlindSquirrelApparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
Poker players, it's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deej Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders. Representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion, a true Deej player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the tables to be the best. And Deej Poker Apparel shows everyone who you really are on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's D-E-E-G Poker.com. Deej Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at DoubleDigitCovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at DoubleDigitCovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back, and I forgot to adjust that camera. Joe, can you reach out and kind of pull that this way just a little bit? Yeah, we got to tilt it that way. I've got you like shoulder off. I don't want to screw you over there, on your camera time. Got to just turn it that. There you go. Winner. Winner, chicken dinner, as Dan Heimiller likes to say. Seniors champion this year at the World Series. Let's get Joe back on the camera. That was helpful. I don't want to be a camera hog, but we did have an elimination while we were on the break. I don't know, but you might want to turn that microphone on. Would you like to ask your question again?
Who got eliminated?
Sean Dempsey is out. Dempsey is the 27th place finisher here at the World Series of Poker, and got into it with Mark Newhouse. Raised to 240,000. Dempsey calls 6 of diamonds, 4 of hearts, queen of hearts. Dempsey checks. Newhouse bets 260, and then Dempsey made the call. 5 of spades on the turn. Both players check. Jack of hearts finishes the board out on the river. Dempsey leads out for 550,000. Newhouse jacks it up to 2.8. Dempsey calls. Newhouse shows 9-8 of hearts for the flush, and Dempsey immediately mucks it. So
Is that a picture of Dempsey that you had up on the screen, or
that is.
Newhouse?
That was Dempsey.
That was Dempsey.
Yep. So Sean Dempsey is out. He walks out of here with $286,900. So congratulations to Sean. Probably not happy that he got whacked out of here. But there goes one of those short stacks. And we talked about that table. That table, we could see some early eliminations coming off that table. And there's the first one right off the bat.
Wow.
Yep. So
that's got to be depressing when you're that close. You have 1 in 27 shot to win $10 million. I mean, he was short stack, but you get that close, it's just a tease.
Yeah. Yeah, and now with Dempsey out of there, that opens up seat 6 on the featured table. So once again, Martine Jacobson, and that closes Politano in there just a little bit, at least for now, until maybe somebody else gets moved to that table, and they'll probably fill that seat right away. I would imagine, because it is the featured table, they'll probably grab one off and play shorthanded on one of the other tables. So we'll see who gets shipped over to that table. That is interesting, because that will certainly could severely change the dynamic of that table.
Oh, the orbit's
depending
now
on
8
who gets
players.
pulled over there.
Well, and again, you're going to get more hands in now, because there's going to be 8 players at the table as opposed to 9.
Well, I think they're going to fill it. It's
well,
a featured
can't fill it. I mean,
it's a featured table, so they'll probably pull somebody over,
which is going to cause the other table to go to 8.
Right, and
that's a big dramatic change, because you have one less player, which means you're posting antes and blinds a little bit quicker, not much quicker, 1/8% more, but still. At this point in the dance, the music, the dance with the band is getting expensive.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to follow. Of course, we have the table draws to start the day, but it's always interesting to see who goes where, and especially on that featured table. When the featured table gets shorthanded, somebody's going to get moved, as opposed to if it's off one of the other tables. They're not going to be as inclined to move somebody and fill that spot. So this is going to be a pretty. Every time somebody gets whacked on that table and there's a chance to move someone, everybody else in the room has got to be kind of sitting around saying, oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah, I'm from New York. When you say that word whacked, that kind of gets me nervous.
Don't get nervous. Don't be scared.
You get whacked in New York, you're not coming back.
Well, is Sean Dempsey coming back?
Well, but he's able to walk out the door. You get whacked in New York, you're not walking anywhere.
Well, he's walking.
Find you in the bottom of a dumpster somewhere.
He's walking over to the payouts, but that's also a big threat knocked out of this World Series too, with Sean winning a bracelet already this year. So big elimination there to start the day off right here at the WSOP.
Okay.
All right. Let's see any other hand updates. And there was Dempsey going down. But, of course, a big one here for Scott Palmer, the very dangerous online player, triples up.
Wow.
Triples up right off the bat.
Obviously, it was a three-way pot here.
Putting him up to $2.37 million. He took on Papa Will and Dan Smith.
Papa John.
And let's see the hand here. I'm just running through this real quick. Trying to see. It looks like he hit a 2-outer, ace-3 against Queens with a 9-8 king 6 board with 3 clubs. Smith also had the queen of clubs too, so that took away one of Palmer's outs. But an ace of hearts on the river, and Palmer triples up, and that's not good for everybody. I'll tell you what, I think a lot of people, even though he was extremely short stacked, would have been thrilled to see him out of this tournament. So that is a big triple up for Palmer. But of course, he's not out of the brick shite house by any means. Only at $2.7 million at this point. Blinds, of course, right now are at 60,000, 120,000, 15,080. So there you go.
Somebody just wanted to know how they can see the show.
Yeah.
I told them on Ustream.com.
Ustream.tv. You were close.
Oh, it's Ustream.tv?
It is .tv. Yeah,
well, so I gave them the wrong information.
You did.
I thought it was Ustream.com.
Just tell them to go to markhokeshow.com, and that'll be the easiest way to find us. But you can do either way. Yeah, if they go to Ustream.tv, they got to really, really search.
Oh, if they do the
to tell them-
Ustream.tv, it's-
yeah, well,
or go or
I would tell them, yeah, because then it's under RogueWire on there. So I just tell them to go to markhokeshow.com. Not Narc, Mark.
hey,
Narc Show. Narc. That's pretty funny, Joe. That's a good typo. Yeah, there you go. markhokeshow.com. That's the best place to do it. All right. Anything else happening right now? Give me a second here. We'll pop off and see if we got any more updates. Of course, we'll get Joe's going to go in and check things out a
oh,
little
you're
bit.
dispensing me out of away now, huh?
At some point.
At
yeah,
some point.
At some point. Yeah, you might want to check things.
We need some more fur to fly.
Yeah. I hear you.
Then we'll get in
I
there.
hear you. Martine Jacobson's still out in front, $22,200,000. Dan Sindelar, $16,600. Luis Velador, $16,500, and William Papa Constantino, $13 million.
The only problem with going inside is, unlike a hockey game or a baseball game, the players have their names on the back.
Yeah.
Since there's so many unknowns among the 26 players now left, man, it's gonna be hard figuring out. Okay,
See, here's what I would do if I were you. I would go to WSOP.com and pull up the table draw.
I could do that.
That probably would get
that
you
would
through.
be easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now if they move somebody now, that's gonna be all screwed up.
You'll figure it out, Joe.
I'm sure I
You're a
will.
brilliant man, Joe. I know you can handle it.
I don't know about brilliant. I've made it this far in life.
Slightly above inept.
Slightly, not much.
Sorry. Sorry. It was there. I had to take it.
Hey, my blackjack buddies think I'm pretty smart.
Yeah. Well, that's your
What do
blackjack.
they know though?
That's your blackjack buddies.
The casinos think I'm really smart.
They think you are
They think
Wile
I'm
E.
the-
Coyote
Yes,
super
yeah.
genius.
They think I'm one of those. I don't even want to get into it. I'll tell you what they think later. Well, it'll be another show, another time.
We got to do a blackjack edition sometime. Just
We
for-
do. We should get a couple of blackjack guys on the show too.
I'm okay with
I
that.
can bring a couple of blackjack authors too on the show, who've written some pretty good books on blackjack. Stanford Wong.
Oh, yeah.
You know Stanford?
I know the name.
Ah.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
He doesn't live in town, but if he does come into town, we have the blackjack ball in January. He's usually there. I don't think he was actually.
I wish I could go to the blackjack ball. Dave Stan told me about the blackjack ball.
Oh, it's a pretty sweet party.
I
man.
bet it is. That
might
that
be
sounds
able-
like a lot
I
of fun.
might be able to get you in.
That would be awesome. Could I cover the blackjack ball?
I maybe get you in under that pretense that you're going to cover the ball, but you can't take any pictures.
Yeah, I know, because it's kind of a
Oh,
super
it's
secret society
It's a pretty
kind of
secret
thing.
society, and I've
Yeah.
been fortunate enough to be invited for the last 15 years, I think, or
Wow.
12. Yeah, I'm saying 2003. Yeah, about 12 years. Last
Yeah.
12 years.
Some more guys walking out the door, and that's not what you really want to see right now.
And the just to keep up the train of thought here, the blackjack ball is actually sponsored by a casino.
That's ironic.
Yeah, Verona Casino pays the whole gig,
Nice.
but there's a catch.
You can't play blackjack?
Nobody who goes to the if you go to the party, you agree that you will not play blackjack at Verona, and if needed, if they think there's a game that they're not sure, it may have a hole in it, so to speak, and then they may have you come down and play the game and find out if there's a leak in the game that they're not aware of.
Oh.
So
you're little spies.
no, you
See, you know what
Not
I would do?
spies,
You know what
but-
I would do? If I was Barona?
what would you do if you were Verona?
This is what I would do if I was Barona. I would have a shuttle bus ready and take you to the nearest casino by Barona, and just
Try to
drop
shut
you-
them down?
and just drop you guys off and say, give us 10% for the ride, baby.
And if you get elected into the Blackjack Hall of Fame, you have a free pass at Verona to stay and eat anytime you're there for the rest of your life.
Wow,
Just can't play blackjack though.
that's nice.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's a good deal.
I'm not getting elected into the Blackjack Hall of Fame.
Why not?
As Max Rubin, he said, we're gonna have to run out of a lot of people before we put you in. Joe."
Oh, that's not nice.
No, he's just kidding around. No, but there's plenty of guys who deserve to be in there who are not in there yet. So just basically put one or two guys in a year, and it's only once a year, and you have to be nominated. It's a whole process. But I mean, guys like Anthony Curtis are not in, and he should be in. Mike Castellano was nominated, but didn't make it this year. But everyone will hit their time.
Yeah, of course.
I may be dead by the time I get nominated.
Well, the jacket will still be around though.
You don't get a jacket.
No, you have a jacket.
Oh,
Your legendary jacket.
which says
Don't you have the pretty colored jacket, right? The yellow jacket or the blue jacket? I can't
That's
remember.
Kenny Einiger.
Oh, that's Einiger's jacket. I'm sorry.
Don't ever mix me up with Kenny
I'm
Einiger.
sorry.
No, I'm actually real good friends with Kenny. Yeah, Kenny's got the yellow jacket.
The yellow jacket. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe you should steal it and then you can get in. Anyway,
Kenny's not getting into the Blackjack Hall of Fame.
There you
Kenny
go.
doesn't count cards. Kenny, no, Kenny. Everyone thinks Kenny counts
I
cards.
know he doesn't.
Kenny is just a great marketing man who's positioned himself to. He's out there. He won the World Series of Blackjack on the Game Show Network.
Yep.
And he's taken that, like you said, if you had won the main event, he's taken that and propelled himself out there in radio shows and websites, and Kenny's a good guy, and he knows how to promote.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
All right, more hand updates, and we did have another elimination. Brian Roberts is out, and another one on the featured table. So Brian Roberts has been eliminated from that table as well. That was the call of the day, that featured table is going to see a lot of people getting crashed out, and there they go. So another player down on the featured table, Brian Roberts out to Eddie Sabat. And, of course, Roberts, one of the top online players in this tournament, known as Flawless_Victory. Sabat, ace-queen holds against king-jack with an ace-7, ace-10 flop, and went 7-ace just to really make it bad for Roberts to wrap that up. And so another one down here at the main event. And
do you think when ESPN saw
Brian Devonshire's out here in the hallway too?
That's not a good thing, is it?
I don't know. We're hearing a lot of activity. Why don't you check and see what's going on there, Jugs? Maybe they're
because they've only been playing for 50 minutes, but people are walking out. Maybe they stopped in the middle of a blind level last night, and the level just ended. and They're going to break.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, that's exactly because too many people are walking out here now.
Yeah, but two players down, so that means they're definitely going to have to readjust the featured table.
To down 25 players, then, right?
25. Yep.
Yeah.
So we got 9.
8, 8, 9, probably.
So 8, 8, 9. Yep.
Yeah, 8, 8, 9.
All
yeah,
right.
they're on break. Obviously, there's too much activity in the hallway.
Yeah.
So no sense of me going in there now if they're on break. So.
Okay, so players are apparently taking a break here. That's kind of weird though, because I think they just didn't start the. I don't know.
No, they
I'd
probably
love to know
ended last night with about probably 50 minutes to go in the level.
Okay, well we'll check out we'll check the clock real quick.
Okay.
See what's happening, but. Yeah, so it looks like players are on break here at the World Series of Poker main event.
We should ask somebody as they go by.
Yeah, we could. I'll let you handle that. But
Are they on break inside?
10 minutes is all.
Okay, just a 10-minute break. We're being told.
So
there you
probably
go.
because that feature table lost 2 players.
Oh, that's probably what happened. Yep.
So
they didn't move a player over initially.
Well, they didn't have time. It looks like.
Yeah, so that's what they're doing. And that was my point I was going to say to you. Do you think ESPN made that the feature table, seeing the real big stack against numerous short stacks, knowing that the fur would be flying quickly?
No, and you got the chip leader on there too.
Yeah.
So that really makes sense. But
yep. There
wow,
you go.
so 2 down already. That means we're so getting closer to going home, right, Kara? Yes. Joe's getting a phone call or text message or something. Yeah. But so 2 down already, and. It could have been a third there, but Palmer holds on and gets the 2 outer, or else this would have been 3 out already. But
wow.
but I think like I said, I think given what some of the table draws and where it is in the tournament right now, that you would have expected a few players to come in here and take their shot, try to hang on, or double up or go home, because of we're still way off from the next pay jump too. So the combination of those factors. Has put us in a spot where, we're not going to see, we see a few eliminations early, and then things probably tighten up here.
Well, we got 7 more
down.
spots to go before we jump pay scales.
Yeah, so we're probably going to see about maybe 3 more quick eliminations before things tighten up a little bit. Chris Conrad, everybody. What's up, Chris?
Chipping up. They're on 10-minute break? Yeah, okay. And we just confirmed. I'm going to confirm that we weren't getting any bad information. We'd be sitting here going, they're on break.
Yeah.
That stuff's still going on.
See, Devo came out on that break early, so that kind of threw us off there a little bit. We saw Devo, one of the first people out of the room, so that's always a scary moment for us. All right, but so Brian Roberts out on the featured table. Players taking a 10-minute break
to rearrange the TV table.
Rearrange the tables. Some other hands that we had, Papa Constantino picking up a few chips. Gets them off Velador, so Velador goes down to 17.4. Papa Constantino at 15.1, so a nice little jump there. Let's see. Carrignard picked up a nice little hand and with a 3-bet. Let's see. Yeah, and I guess it looks like they are finishing up a level here because we are getting to note the last hands of level 30.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And Newhouse has gotten up to 10 million, by the way, so he is pulling back into this. Feature table, yeah, with Jacobson, 22 million. Politano down to, actually, is it listed at 12? Newhouse to 10. And you know, one of the other factors that we've been talking about the last few days that we wanted to kind of get in the back of everybody's mind was how many chips is it going to take to, in all probability, to get to this final table, and you know, project it out
9 to 10 million?
9 to 10 minimum. At the bare minimum, probably looking at more like 13 or 14 would be enough to get you there. And we're starting to see some of these guys close in on, you know, those chip counts. Jacobson already at 22 million. If I hit the right tab here, I gotta rearrange my tabs. See, you asked me questions, Joe, and now my tabs are all messed up. Shame on you.
Isn't that what I'm here for?
Yeah.
Okay, I think so.
Just screw me up. Jacobson at 22,430,000. He picked up about 230,000 chips this level. Velador, just a tiny fall off, but he's at 16.5. Dan Sindelar, 15.1. Papa Constantino, 13.7. Politano, 12.6. Larabi at 11. Newhouse at 10. Dan Smith has gone is now at 9.78 million. McCorkle, 9.6. So these guys, you know, I know it seems a little early to start thinking about this, but boy, I'll tell you, you get to 16 million, and you just got to be feeling, man, if I can bust one more guy, I could probably, you know, I can't go into total coast mode, but you know, one or two, you know, one big hand and maybe a bust, and you're going.
What do you think? What do you think the value of being? Is there a value you can place on being one of the November 9? Besides, obviously, all the money you win. Is there any? In other words, if you're close, do you go into a coast mode to try to make the November 9? Because is there an added value above and beyond your prize money?
Oh, sure. I mean, you're getting a lot of extra publicity. There's there's opportunities out there for guys that make the November 9 between now and then, and you know, obviously it's something you get to carry with you too. But especially the time period between now and November 10th, you know, chances to maybe get out and, you know, get some. I mean, these guys get buy-ins and things like that. They get promoted, so there are some definite benefits to making the November 9.
I didn't know you when the World Series decided to do this, where they just stopped the tournament and came back 2.5-3 months later. There was a big controversy about. A lot of people didn't like it. Some liked it. Well, and we never talked about this, so this is going to be new information for me. What is your feeling about stopping a tournament and waiting? We got what, August, September, waiting almost 90-some plus days and before you resume the tournament.
Personally, I think it was overall was a good idea in terms of publicizing the game. My issue with it is that I don't think enough gets done in that time period. I think that really the one thing that the World Series needs to do, and I know that players don't like being told what to do on their schedules, but I think that they need to get these guys out more. It surprises me that, you know, you have the ESPN and or ABC and Disney that, you know, the 9 players aren't slated to go on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, for example. You know, you sneak one of them on once a week and hype that, you know, give that a chance to hype up. You get them on Good Morning America and get them out and, you know, at some of the Harris properties and really give them a chance. People, it's more of a chance to get to know them because they just don't do it. I mean,
okay, I already see the problem here. Why would NBC, CBS promote something that's going to be on ESPN?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got the ABC, but you have the ABC shows is what I'm talking about.
Right. Why would what is the benefit to Harris or the Rio/Harris Corporation? They've already made their money from this tournament.
Ratings equal money equals, you know, makes a bigger TV contract.
I understand that, but people are going to.
If you can get out, because I think the one thing, and it's a big issue that we have in poker right now is, you need to be able to connect with the players. And people, if they make a connection with somebody, let's say they're staying up late and they're watching Jimmy Kimmel show, and they see Craig McCorkle, and Craig McCorkle has a good appearance, and everybody's like, "Oh, Craig's cool. I want to see this guy. I want to see him play some poker." Or they get one of the amateurs that is in there, and it's a great story. Guys, these guys with $20,000 and 2 cashes all of a sudden are playing for a world championship. You tell that story, and you tell it as much as you can so that you generate interest, because when you generate that interest, everybody's going to benefit from it. You're going to get more people involved in poker. They're going to watch the broadcast. It's a big help. That's probably my biggest gripe, that the World Series doesn't do enough to hype these players.
What year did they go to November 9? Was it 2005 or 6?
I think it was later than that, 7, 8, because it wasn't Jerry Yang's year. It was a year after Jerry Yang. I think it was 2008.
Jamie Gold was not.
No, and Jerry Yang was not they didn't do it that year either. So I think it was 08.
08.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. They've had 6 years where they've taken a 90-plus day break, had numerous opportunities to promote these guys, get them out in the public view, and guess what? It hasn't been done.
Yeah, they haven't done. I mean, I don't think they've done.
And I think,
and part of it is for television too, because what the plan with the TV broadcast was as well is they take the broadcasts of starting on day 4 or wherever in the national championship and the 1 drop, and build it all up to that day when they go live with the November 9. So they're trying to build some suspense and action with that too. So it's.
But would you agree though that hasn't been the case?
I would agree. I think there's more that needs to be done in terms of marketing for this thing.
If you were in charge of the final 9, if you were in charge of them, you were the guy, what would you do? I mean, what would your plan be? I mean, I'm not putting you on the spot right now, but
sure.
You would be much more aggressive than what's being done now.
Much more aggressive. Absolutely.
You would be trying to get these guys out there.
No question about it. There's so many opportunities. I mean, sneak them on a TV show. Do whatever you got to do.
Maybe here's what ESPN could do.
Anything.
Is why doesn't ESPN do a 2 or 3 series, show series, featuring 3 of the 9?
Yeah.
That's
another
leading up to the World Series. In other words, create interest about these guys.
Like a 30 for 30 kind of show.
Yeah, exactly. And this way, people kind of attach themselves to that player. They attach him for, I like the fact that he's from here, or I like the fact that he's not only raised his kids himself, but he's been out there playing poker and balancing. Create some interest in the player, in addition to the event. See, right now the interest is in the event. The players just happen to be stick figures,
a vehicle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Create interest in the player also. The event. Everybody's interested in the event. I mean, it's a $10 million. It's the Super Bowl of poker. Everyone gets to know. It's the Denver Broncos. Against so and so. It's New York Giants against so. But let's get to know these players a little bit.
Yep.
You take the 90-day opportunity.
I think that's part of the the WSOP's philosophy is that they want to promote WSOP and they don't necessarily promote individuals. But I think they've got to change that a little bit. I think you've got to really push the personalities, because it is the World Series and you have a certain level of interest there, but then you have to take it one notch further. And without promoting the personalities that are going to be the ones representing your brand here in November, you're not getting it done. By the way, I keep playing with this Deej wristband. I shouldn't have put this next to me. I had it on and then I took it off.
Okay.
Deej Poker, everybody. DeegPoker.com.
Okay.
Good stuff.
I don't know, and you may know the answer to this question. And this was, as far as I was concerned, this was the best time to watch the World Series. Was the year that they did, I think it was like either a 15 or 18 minute delay, and they had Antonio in the booth with Lon and Chad, where they did. They talked about the players' hands.
And did the live broadcast from like day 2 on or day 3, if I remember right.
They
were awesome. For a poker player.
You think the general public didn't like it?
They must not have, because they didn't do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
You know what it is, and for those that are listening in, when you watch an event on TV, they have thousands of hours of film, and they get to pick and choose which hands they want to show you. So you only see these hands that just have you on the edge of the seat. And I guess that makes for better TV, as opposed to, as a poker purist, you want to sit there with the rest of the audience and try to figure out what does he have, and it's not going to be long before you know it. When you're watching the rebroadcast on TV, you know, just as the player knows, because with the whole card cams or the RFID cam now, you know exactly what the guy has right from the beginning. I like the fact that you didn't know until the hand was over. And I think it helped you as a poker player to kind of learn how to evaluate it and put people on hands. And what would he raise with here in this position, or what would he call here in this position? Mm-hmm. And when they had Antonio on as the color guy, so to speak, I think he did an incredible job.
He did.
There were some hands he had cold. He's got to have, and there was someone, and based upon, and that's why, when players have headphones on the tables, and you'll notice once we get down to the money in the World Series, there is no headphones allowed. But you guys that are out there playing and you have headphones on, you're doing yourself an injustice if you cannot hear what's being said at the table, because there was one situation during the broadcast with ESPN where one player said to another, "You don't have King Jack here now, do you?" And Antonio says, "He has King Jack. He said that because he has King Jack." And that's the kind of stuff that when you're listening with headphones or you're not really paying attention, that's the kind of stuff that's very important that you could miss.
Right.
And I do once in a while on early levels kind of. Sometimes I have my headphones on, but they're not on, so to speak. I have nothing going through them, so people think I'm not paying attention. But
you're sneaky.
Well,
you're
sneaky. A little bit. I'm an advantage player.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be sneaky.
It's not bad.
Sneaky, but
Joe Payne, everybody.
But I play within the rules.
Sure.
I don't break the rules.
You bet.
Casinos don't like that.
No, they usually not.
Well, because they set the rules, and then you find a way to beat them with their rules, and they're like, "Ugh." It's like I'm taking my football and I'm going home.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
No.
Well, they can. They get away with it sometimes, but whatever.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so the players are back in there getting it rolling. We're going to take another break so we can get caught up on our breaks for the first session here, and we'll give you some more updates, see what's happening in the Rio here in the Amazon room. We're at the World Series of Poker main event, Day 7, coming at you live here on the Mark Hoke Show. All the best news, updates. Guess, there's some people flying, they're starting to filter in. We'll see them more as the day goes on, because poker players sleep. That's what they do. But we're going to have a great time here all the way through until there's a November 9. Very happy guys.
You will be with us when it happens.
All right, so stick around, everybody, and we will be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for joining us live from the World Series of Poker main event, Day 7.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo, or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker felt. So go there now with the promo code HOKE, that's HOKE, for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes?
The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts.
Sure, you can customize it if you want, as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final 9 Comic.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
Poker players, it's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deege Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders. Representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion, a true Deege player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the tables to be the best. And Deege Poker apparel shows everyone who you really are on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's DEEG Poker.com. Deege Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Okay, guys, we're back. Sorry about that. We were just taking care of some business here real quick while Joe's going to be doing some scouting in there, and I'm putting some other information together. So we are live on the air, having a great time here at the WSOP main event. It is day 7, and Joe is looking for something here. How about a pen? Yeah, there you go. We'll give that to you. All right. So 2 down already here to start this thing off. And let me get my notes back together because we were doing some other stuff here for you. So Joe can get into the room and start checking around. Featured table right now. Let's see who got moved over. It looks like Craig McCorkle got moved over to the featured table. Of course, like I said, we lost 2 players off there already. Brian Roberts out, Sean Dempsey out, and McCorkle has now moved over to the featured table. Craig McCorkle, $9.6 million. So that'll make that table a little bit tougher. Jacobson at $22 million, Politano $12.6, Newhouse at $10.6, McCorkle $9.6, Felix Steven $8.6, little over, well, just a hair over 8. Zaichenko is just about at 6.8, Eddie Sabat 5.9, Kyle Kiernan at $3 million. So Kiernan now gets in a spot where he's going to have his hands full here for a little while, moving forward in this main event. Table 2 chip counts, 9 players on that table. It is still Papa Constantino, Luis Velador, both pushing $16 million. Dan Smith at 8.9, Van Hoof at 7.4, Devo is at 4.8, Tonking for a little over $4 million. Scott Palmer tripled up, goes to 3. Scott Maheen at 2.8, Max Seneft at 2.8. So maybe seeing an elimination coming off that table pretty soon. Might expect that with Maheen and Seneft. Table 3 is going shorthanded. It is Sindelar, Larabe, Force, Sarah Jr., Kemps, Lightborn, Kieranard, and Greaves. Sindelar a little over $15 million. Larabe at 9.9. Leaf Force at 7. Sarah 6. Kemps 4.8. Lightborn 4.7. Kieranard 3.98. And Graves at 3.6. So those are your chip counts right now on these 3 tables. So the feature table, of course, well, it looks like they're going to keep, right now they're keeping table 2 intact. So kind of surprised they haven't moved somebody off table 2 over to the feature yet. But Craig McCorkle gets his chance with 25 players to go to hop on that feature table and give it a run and see what he can do here against Jacobson, Politano, and Newhouse, along with the rest of the group. That table now is, with 2 eliminations off of it, has quickly evened up a little bit, and that makes going to make the road a little harder for Jacobson. Of course, that was one of the things that we were very curious to see what was going to happen with these guys getting moved around. Every table move is going to be critical at this point. And had one of the other short stacks, let's say Greaves at 3.6. Maybe Maheen at 2.8. Had they gotten thrown over on that table, that might have been devastating for them. But McCorkle has enough chips to do damage. So that makes Martin Jacobson's road just a little bit tougher. And he was not one of the guys, he did not pick either of those guys off that were eliminated. So Jacobson unable to take advantage of a couple of short stacks and maybe build that thing up to about 26 or 27 million to this point. So Martin Jacobson continues to battle it out here, along with now with Politano, Newhouse, and McCorkle going over to the featured table. All right. Of course, we're live here at the World Series of Poker main event. It is day 7, and it is still cold in the hallway. I need to get a jacket on. That was my bad. I shouldn't have done that. But we are, of course, live here on the Mark Hoke Show. 3rd year in a row, we're covering the day 7 nonstop. Of course, first year got to sit in the room. Now because we were doing play-by-play, they don't let me in there anymore. I can't be live. Makes, it's kind of sad. But but we're, of course, having a great time and watching poker history being made as we are once again 25 players left, getting close to the November 9, a new group of players, except for maybe Mark Newhouse. Could be walking in here with an opportunity to win the World Championship. Once again, Joe Payne is going in the other room. He's going to check things out and see what's going on, give us a full update from inside the room here. But no updates to this point as to anything really happening coming off this break. A couple of hands starting to come in a little bit. Thomas Sarah taking a hit against Dan Sindelar. So Dan Sindelar now has gone up to $17.3 million. So watching for Dan Sindelar taking on Sarah Jr. Of course, Sarah Jr., one of the real amateurs in this field, and that's not a good matchup for Thomas Sarah as he tries to hold on here. And, of course, once again, information on Thomas Sarah Jr. Give me 1 second. We'll go back to that. Of course, Sarah Jr., amateur player. This is his, let's see. Sorry about that. This is his first major cash in any event. So Sarah is going to try and do the impossible here and come from making his first tournament cash to winning the world championship. I mean, just would be an unreal story if he could pull this off. But Thomas Sarah taking a little bit of a hit, drops $2.2 million to Dan Sindelar, and Sindelar is now starting to creep closer to his chance to going to the November 9. A little bit on Dan Sindelar, and give me 1 second here, and we'll get that running different windows here. Sindelar, of course, has about 50 major cashes to his credit, 2 wins. Won a Fall Poker Classic championship in 2007, and that was a very big score for him, 105,000. Deep Extravaganza 1 also had a win out there as a second place at a circuit event. Second at a Win Classic in 2013. And let me check out some of his larger cashes that he's ever had. Win Classic Card Player Poker Tour, second place in 2013 for $60,000. Cashed in last year's World Series in the No Limit Hold'em 6-handed event for $44,000. Another third place in a Win Classic. Let's see what else we've got there. Had another cash in the 2012 World Series, 27th for a $20,000 cash, and so on down the line. So Dan Sindelar, still a fairly, not a superstar type player, but a well-known player, has been out there on the circuit a while. Of course, you don't have 50 cashes listed on your resume by looking cute. So Dan Sindelar, a veteran of the game, trying to make history here and get to the November 9. But Thomas Sarah, of course, trying to bring this home. And oh my gosh, crazy people out here. Come on, dude. It's one room. You can do it. Somebody out here trying to figure out how to get into the Amazon room. This isn't hard. Okay, we got there's 2 sets of doors going into the room. Just pick one. And if one's not open, go to the other one. Aye. All right, so once again, Joe Payne in there right now. Going to get a few updates for us here live. We do it like nobody else, and not even close. The competition, not even anywhere around what we do here. Chris Spears going by with one more cart. He's disrupted my broadcast more than anybody here at the World Series of Poker. Chris Spears, everybody. Yeah, there you go. I think Chris is the greatest cart pusher here at the World Series. I think you should try and find a couple of the TDs and have a little cart race before this is all over. Can we do that? We'll set that up, the camera up at the finish line for you. Oh. Well, you can hop. That'll work. Chris Spears, everybody. Of course, great tournament director, and does tournament directing for all sorts of great events, including the 2-Pair Poker Tour. Doing his thing up in Northern California. All right, and let's see if we've got any more updates coming in. Of course, we'll get some live updates from Joe here in just a little bit, as he's taking his time hanging out in the room. So we'll talk to Joe Payne and see what's going on down there. Martine Jacobson, by the way, just has really not played a hand. Ryan Teppen, looking sober. All right. That won't last. Ryan got comfy on the couch last night, by the way. Always good to talk to Ryan. But Jacobson, has been staying out of the way here so far. And, he certainly, got a chance here. Up $10 million on second place on his table. And, once again, you talk to so many players about trying to get through these fields. And, Donnie Peters is here, too. Look at this smiling. Someday Donnie's going to come on my show. I will someday. Okay. There you go. But Jacobson, always say you have to beat your table. And these guys still have to be concerned with that, even though you're thinking of very long-term with the 25 players left here in the main event. You still have to beat your table. And Jacobson at $22 million, in a good position to do so, obviously. But, still has a couple short stacks he can go after here with Kiernan at $3 million, Sabat at $6 million, Zaichenko at $7 million. Stevenson is at $8 million. That's another one that's a possibility. Then you start getting into where actually the 8 guys at $8, $9 million could really do some damage to Jacobson's chances to get to the number 9 if he tangles and loses. All right, and it looks like Sean Dempsey's trying to get the heck out of here. I'm sorry, bear with us for a second. Just a little bit of activity out here in the hallway. All right, but once again, down to 25 players remaining here in the World Series of Poker main event, and Joe is keeping an eye on things inside the room for us, and hopefully we'll get some get Nate Dowling down here too to give us a hand. Chip counts overall right now, it is Jacobson still leading 22,430,000. Sindelar now in second, 17.3. Volador 16.6. Papa Constantino at 15.8. Politano at 12. Newhouse at 10. Larabi at 9.9. McCorkle 9.6. Dan Smith at 8.1. Felix Stevenson at $8 million. Jort Van Hoof at $7.4 million. Leif Force 7.1. Andrei Zaichenko 6.7. Eddie Sabat at 5.9. Devin Shire at 4.8. Oscar Kemps is at 4.8. Aaron Lightbourne at 4.7. Thomas Starr Jr. 4.2. Urain Kirignard at 3.985. Christopher Graves at 3.7. William Tonking 3.6. Maximilian Senna 3.2. Scott Palmer at $3 million. As is Kyle Kiernan and Scott Mahina. Your short stack right now is at 2.8. I'm sorry, bear with me for a second. Oh, my bad. Give me 1 second here, guys. Of course, we're coordinating in here with the other room. And okay, there we go. Let's do that. Got to turn that Skype on for somebody to call the Skype. And by the way, if you guys want to call the show, we'll have the Skype line open for you, Mark Hoke 5150, or if you want to give us a call, 702-997-3015 is that call number. We'll put that up on the screen for you, 702-997-3015 if you'd like to call the show. And, of course, so Joe's coming back out because I'm an idiot, but that's okay. We'll get Joe back in here. Yeah, I just turned that on, and I do apologize, Joe. That was a faux pas on my part, but it's on, so it won't happen again. Here, look, this is my notebook, by the way. Okay. Joe's favorite notebook. So, Joe, we have McCorkle get moved over to the other table. What else is happening in there right now?
On the feature table, we had Mark and Jacobson was in the big blind, and Andre, the gentleman who I saw praying outside.
Okay.
Andre raised to $350,000. It was folded back all the way around to Martin Jacobson, who made the call. The flop came 2 of hearts, 7 of spade, 10 of clubs. It was checked. And on the turn, the queen of hearts came. Jacobson bet 525, and Andre called. And on the river, the 4 of spades came, and Jacobson checked, and Andre bet $750,000 and got called, and Andre turned over ace queen to take the pot down, which was 750, 1.4, over a $2 million pot.
Wow! So Jacobson taking a little bit of a hit there off the stack.
Yep.
So that'll put him down to around $21 million. And, now very interesting here. We talked about how that table had so many short stacks on it, but now 2 of them out, and McCorkle comes over with about $9 million. So that definitely changes things a little bit there on that featured table. Not a lot of opportunities now. You got still a couple guys down, but one mistake by Jacobson at this point, and he's back in the pack.
Well, that's what we talked about earlier. You got to be, and you got a lot of chips, but you don't want to be dispensing them around the table, so to speak.
Don't be the Pez dispenser.
Okay, so now that you got this Skype turned on.
Don't want to be the Martin Jacobson. Don't do that.
I can go back inside.
Okay, sorry about that. I do apologize.
The person you're trying to call is not available.
Yeah, because I'm a
Pick
moron.
up the freaking phone.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going back inside.
All right. So Joe Payne headed back into the room, keeping an eye on things on that featured table. Yeah, McCorkle got moved over, so just so you know. Yeah. He's on the featured table. He'd be the 8th guy. Yeah. Okay, great. All right, so McCorkle got moved into that 6th seat, just so you guys know. So let me I'm going to adjust that on my notes. But Craig McCorkle now moves in between Eddie Sabat and Mark Newhouse on the table. So McCorkle is going to that's going to be a tough brick to get through there. But give me 1 second here. Let me get my chip counts back up for you. So now that table features Jacobson in seat 1. Seat 2 still open. And then you have Zaichenko, who is currently at... looking for him here. Where'd he go? Oh, I'm sorry. There he is. Okay. He's at 6.7 at the moment. Stevenson at 8. Sabat was around 6. McCorkle moves over with about 9. Newhouse is at 10. I mean, so this is going to be... this one works out fairly well for the short stacks, and also for Jacobson, as he manages to keep a little bit of space between him and those guys. But it's a fairly, all of a sudden has gone from being a very brutal, unbalanced table to very balanced very quickly with the 2 eliminations, and of course with Jacobson losing a few chips on that last hand, that puts him actually down to he's around 20 million now. So Jacobson, the first player over 20, in threat of falling back down into the rest of the pack here. And in fact, Dan Sindelar, of course, with that hand we mentioned earlier, goes to 17-3, so only 3 million behind. But Martin Jacobson trying to find his way to the November 9. And some other moves here at this point. Andrei Zaichenko has moved to 11 million now. So Zaichenko has hit a big hand and has now gone into 6th place. Newhouse is in 8th. And no update on that, any eliminations or anything like that at the moment. And just running down through here. Looks like William Tonking pick up a few chips. Still waiting on this Zaichenko hand that has bolstered him up. So as soon as we get the information on that hand, I'll let you know. And, of course, Joe's in there, too. So once we get Joe squared away, or I get my Skype squared away, Joe will be able to call in. So so right now, once again, at that feature table, it is Jacobson, Zaichenko, Stevenson, Sabat, McCorkle, Newhouse. I'm sorry, bear with me one moment. I've got everything all messed up. I do apologize. Sorry about that. We're live. Stuff's going to happen. Politano in seat 8 and Kieran in seat 9. And, whoop, we had Joe, and then we lost Joe. All right, so Joe, we'll get Joe calling back in here in just a second. Of course, he is in the room live and is going to give us some updates on what's happening in there as soon as they come up. Got that set. Okay, so once again, we're live here at the World Series of Poker main event, and of course, we are live, so we're gonna have an occasional dead spot mistake here, but getting ready for 9 players are going to be very happy by the time this is all over, as they are going to be headed back here to the Penn and Teller Theater, coming up tomorrow. All right, and let's get Joe on there. Joe, what's up?
Okay, I'm at the feature table. When I walked back in, just as I walked in, Kyle Kerman, who's in seat 9, moved all in on a board of 6 of hearts, King of spades, 6 of clubs. I take that back, check that. King of hearts, King of clubs, 6 of clubs, Ace of clubs, and Felix is in a tank right now as to whether to call Kyle's all in.
Okay.
And that's where we're at. So that's why I just walked into that hand. So I'm not sure what the bets were prior to that, but that's the situation we're in right now.
Okay.
Kyle is all in, and Felix is contemplating. He's been in the tank now for about a good solid 2 minutes.
All right. So right now, Kyle Kiernan all in, and Felix Stevenson out of London, Norway, trying to decide if he's going to try and take Kiernan out of this tournament or not. So right now,
he just folded.
And Stevenson has made the call.
Kyle just folded.
All right. So
Kyle takes on a pretty big pot.
Okay, Stevenson folded. Excuse me. I'm sorry. All right. So Kyle Kiernan taking down that pot, and Kiernan, of course, the short stack on that table right now, gets himself a few chips.
And, okay, so I will get back to you when we have another live update.
Okay, sounds good. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, so that's what we're planning to do all day long. So Kyle Kiernan all in and does not get the call from Stevenson, but Kiernan is still picking up a nice little extra bonus on his chips. So Kyle Kiernan adding to his chip stack at this point, and of course in a very disadvantaged position on a table that went from a bunch of short stacks down to one that's a little bit more difficult to navigate. So pretty impressive opportunity there for Kyle Kiernan, and he will chip up. All right. Oh, Raymond Rami's here. How you doing, Raymond? Good. Hey, did you want to come on and say hi to everybody real quick? Do you have a second?
On me?
Yeah, I'm on the show right now.
Which show?
My radio show here, Mark Hoke Show.
What do you want me to say? You want to make a boo-boo?
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Oh, Raymond Rami hanging around here. Of course, final tableist back in the year of Yang. Or, I'm sorry, that was Jerry Yang's table. Yeah, absolutely. So Raymond Rami in the house checking things out. Always good to see one of the great veterans of the game hanging around here today. And, we are starting to see a little bit more activity here at the Rio. Of course, as we get into evening and everybody gets off work and the poker players wake up. It's going to be a packed house here. And, of course, we should be seeing some more players getting knocked out of this tournament and getting closer and closer to that November 9. Of course, 2 players eliminated already today. Brian Roberts out in 26th, and the bracelet winner Sean Dempsey out in 27th. And let's see what that did with Kieran's stack. Still waiting for the chip counts to get updated, but we did get an update. Kyle Kiernan has moved up the board just a little bit. Staying alive here at the World Series of Poker. By the way, you guys, if you're watching the show on Ustream, we'd certainly... Oh, hey, got a call coming in. Lost it. That just popped up, so... Joe will call back here in just a second. But if you're watching the show on Ustream, on our, of course, any of the GPI and the major outlets that we're on, if you want to give us get in there to our chat box and work with us and say hi, you can. Just go to ustream.tv, get a username, and join in the discussion. We'd love to have you chiming in your 2 cents worth. I mean, you know some of the players, anything like that. We would be thrilled to have you stopping by and saying hello. So, all right. Unfortunately, Joe called and hung up, so we'll get Joe back on there in just a sec. All right, and the guitar player making his way in. There we go. That's awesome. We have a guitar player heading into the room. We'll see how that works out for the World Series team. I don't know about that. But we have a guitar player headed into the Amazon room. All right. All right, so we're hanging on for Joe had an update for us, and as soon as we get it, we'll get it to you. And still, once again, 25 players remaining here at the World Series of Poker. And I'm very excited to have you here with us on Mark Hoke Show, the #1 poker show in the world. And of course, we're on KLEV 1230 a.m. here in Las Vegas. And, of course, going to be heading on to 920 as well here very shortly. You make sure you join us Wednesdays at 3 p.m. there. And, of course, on markhokeshow.com. The only place to go for your poker news and entertainment, because we're good. We're darn good. All right. And, of course, putting on a live show all day long for you. We are nonstop. Of course, we'll be taking a break, at dinner. And, we have a double up here as Thomas Sara has doubled up. So the rookie, the Cinderella story in the house, probably bigger than any other one of them, has doubled. Let's see what happened here. And he took on Andoni Larabi, and Joe is on the line here. All right, we got Joe back on the edge. Just let that phone ring for me, buddy. If I don't answer, I'll get you.
Okay,
hey.
Kyle seems to be wanting to really splash his chips around. He raised to $350,000, and Andre re-raised him to $850. This is all pre-flop, by the way. When I got back to Kyle has now pushed all in, and Andre has asked for a count. So that's where we are now. There is no flop yet. It was raised, re-raised, and then pushed all in by Kyle.
All right.
And Andre just lays it down. He gives away his $850 and lays it down.
All right. So
Kyle takes it down, all in. Okay.
So Kyle Kieran another big push against Zaichenko, and that'll keep chipping Kyle Kieran up as he's trying to fight off on that short stack. All right. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Okay. Bye.
All right. And other news coming in there, of course, once again, Thomas Sara doubles. And here's the hand. So Sara raised at 355 on the hijack. Larabi asked for a count, and Larabi goes all in. Sara says all in, and takes some time to think about it. Sara then asking why he'd make such a big bet, and that's always and that's a very good move by Sara, because when you see that overbet, a lot of times a player's on a semi bluff on that, and Sara then calls. And Sara with an ace-10 goes Larabi with eights. So Larabi made the push with the eights. Sara called him with an ace-10. Lee Force yelling, "Y'all are crazy." Kemp's put an expletive on the board. But Sara was all in, and it goes queen 10-10 4-6. So Sara doubles up, and Kemp's yelling, "Grande cojones." Wow. All right, we'll take that. But Thomas Sara, the rookie here, has never cashed in a major tournament, doubles to 8.9. Larabi goes down to 4.3, so the dream could be becoming a nightmare here for Andre Larabi, who is out on table 3 right now and trying to now hang on as he made the push with the eights. But Thomas Sara kind of pulling a Robert Varconi there, except at least he had an ace on that one. Dan Smith picking up some chips here. No, he folded to Scott Palmer. So, and these two guys, of course, probably know each other very well, with Palmer being such a prominent online player. Palmer goes to 3.8. Dan Smith, it goes up to 7.7. Of course, once again, Zaichenko is chipped up to about 11 million at this point. And we'll go to your chip counts and get those updated for you. Of course, once again, we're live here at the World Series of Poker main event. It is day 7 as we are closing on November 9. 2 players of the 27 down. We get to 9, it's going to be all over, and they'll be coming back here to the Penn and Teller Theater on November 10th to play for the World Championship. Martin Jacobson to 20,360,000. Dan Sindelar has continued to close that gap. He is now at 18.9. Luis Velador, 16,655,000. William Constantino, 15.875 million. Bruno Politano, 12.2. Andrei Zaichenko, 11.8. Mark Newhouse at 9.2. Thomas Sara now has moved into the top 10 with that hand. He goes to 8.9. Felix Stevenson, who's been took a little hit against Kyle Kieran, goes to 8.5 million. Dan Smith up to 7.7. That is your top 10. Short stacks right now. with the blinds at 80,000, 160,000, 20,000 Andy. Scott Maheen is a 2.3. He is currently sitting on the second table, dealing with Constantino, Velador, and has also got Dan Smith and Brian Devonshire, Scott Palmer on that table. That is a very difficult group to fight through right now. Maheen at 2.3 million. Kyle Kiernan listed at 2.6, but we know he's chipped up a little bit from there thanks to Joe in there getting us some hand updates. Max Senna 3.2, Scott Palmer 3.4. Devo is at 3.5. He dropped a little bit this level. Christopher Graves at 3.7. So that's where things stand at the moment here at the World Series of Poker main event. And, of course, once again, we're getting live updates. Joe's handling some work here in the room and trying to let us know what's happening as it goes on. So we're going to be able to give you up to the second updates on big hands being played here, especially I know Joe's keeping an eye on that featured table right now. So that's what we got. All right, and I think we're going to let's get another break in here real quick, just because I have some bookkeeping things I need to take care of to get everybody rolling. So let's, sorry, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just looking at it. Funny Twitter. Anyway, hey, we're going to take a break, and we will be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. We're live from the World Series of Poker main event. Thank you for joining us, everybody, and we will see you on the other side of the break in just a second.
The Canadian Poker Tour returns to Calgary, Alberta, Canada for the CPT Summer Showdown July 24th through August 3rd at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. With 10 big events over 11 days featuring over $500,000 in guarantees, it promises to be one of the most exciting events on the summer poker calendar. Plus, the Mark Hoke Show will be there live from July 31st through August 3rd for coverage of the CPT Summer Showdown High Roller and main event. For the full schedule and outstanding hotel and flight discounts, just visit CanadianPokerTour.tv. That's CanadianPokerTour.tv. See you in Calgary July 24th through August 3rd at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino for the Canadian Poker Tour Summer Showdown.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker fell. So go there now with the promo code HOKE, that's H-O-K-E, for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke? Now go gear up. Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
Poker players, it's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deej Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders. Representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion, a true Deej player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the tables to be the best. And Deej Poker apparel shows everyone who you really are on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's D-E-E-G Poker.com. Deej Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at DoubleDigitCovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at DoubleDigitCovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Okay, everybody, and we are back here live on The Mark Hoke Show. And we have a new chip leader here at the World Series of Poker main event. How about that? Dan Sindelar has popped up and scores big. And he is now gone to $23 million. Sindelar opened him for $350,000, folded to late force. I love All-American Dave. I love Rachel, too. She just makes my heart go pitter-patter. Anyway, folded late force on the button. He 3-bets to $800,000. Sindelar calls 7-4-9 on the flop, couple of diamonds. Sindelar check calls a continuation bet from force of $675,000. Jack of hearts on the turn. Sindelar checks. Force throws out another $1 million. Sindelar calls 6 of hearts on the river. And Sindelar checks. Force puts another 1.6 out. Sindelar goes all in. And then Force, very upset, throws his cards in the muck. And Sindelar picks up that pot. Leif Force taking a massive hit to his stack. Goes down to 2.9 million. Sindelar goes to 23. So you're looking on that table right now. And Kierkegaard and Force are now both under 3 million. Force at 2.9, Kierkegaard at 2.3. So a game-changing hand right there. Also, Kierkegaard got in trouble against Sara. So Sara has gone to 10 million. So the rookie, could he have enough to get to the November 9? Can he make it? Wow, something else there. So a big hit. Maybe we're going to see a couple more, maybe an elimination coming up here pretty soon on that table with Leif Force and Kierkegaard right now in some big trouble here at the World Series of Poker main event. Right, and let's get you updated here. So Sindelar now goes to 23 million. Martin Jacobson at 20,360,000. Luis Velador at 16.6. William Papaconstantino in fourth, 15,875,000. Bruno Politano is at 12,260,000. Andrei Zaichenko 11.8. Thomas Sara 10 million. Newhouse at 9.2 and Felix Stevenson 8.5. Joe's back. You might want to. That's okay.
It's not a real big hand, but it's just an interesting hand as far as Martin Jacobson, who's got a. Is he still the chip leader?
No, Sindelar passed him on one of the other tables. So.
Well, he's giving away chips. I don't want to say at a rapid rate, but I'll give you a hand that just happened between him and Bruno. Bruno raised to 350,000 and Martin Jacobson called, and the flop came down to 8 of diamonds, 2 of clubs, 8 of clubs, and it was check. And then the 7 of clubs came on the turn, and once again it was check. And then on the river came the jack of hearts, and Bruno made a bet of, I don't know, but it was probably somewhere in the area of 700,000-800,000. I didn't really get the exact figure. And Martin Jacobson called him with ace high.
Wow.
And
oh my goodness.
Bruno had king jack for a pair of jacks on the river, but I guess Martinson is going to be the he's going to be the patrol cop on the table, at the feature table, and calling people down with ace high. And you know, I can understand possibly the calling of the raise by Bruno, but it comes 8 of diamonds, 2 of clubs, 8 of clubs, 7 of clubs, jack of hearts, and he doesn't have the flush. And was Martin thinking that Jacobson is trying to represent that he has a flush? He called him with ace high. So
it's risky.
It's you know, it wasn't that in relations, it wasn't really that big of a pot. It's like a $2 million pot between the two of them. But the point is, why give away? Why call it down with ace high there? Even if the player's got ace also, your 4 is probably not going to play there.
Exactly. So yeah,
unless you think because of the pair on board, are you thinking that the jack is going to be a chop pot? Maybe that was his thinking, because there was a pair of 8s on board. I don't know. Was the jack going to play with the pair of 8s, ace, jack? I don't know. It really wasn't much on the board. I mean, it wasn't a double paired board where the ace would play. So, interesting call there by Mr. Jacobson.
Yeah, and that's the kind of calls that are either going to make you look like a hero and push you through, or else they're going to. They're going to cost you big. I mean, you got to be careful.
You got to assume that Jacobson thought that Bruno was just betting air right there and called him with ace high, which would have been a great hand for TV if the call was correct. But now it looks like, well, you just gave away. You called the raise of 350, okay, and I think the bet was either 750 or 800 on the river. So you just gave away 800,000 on ace high. So
yeah,
ooh,
those chips get precious.
Chips start to get precious. So.
We talked about that he started the day at a number that is still probably November 9 worthy. I mean, 20 million.
If he keeps
throwing it away, but 22 million. If you end up around 18 or 19, that's still going to end up being enough to get you into the November 9.
What is his total? Do you know what his total is?
He's now around 20.
20.
Yep.
Okay. And he had started the day with 22.
22. Yep.
He's probably picked up a couple of small pots here and there, but excuse me, but I'm not crazy about that ace high call there.
Yeah. By the way, Jack Ethel tweeting out, if you want to play a WSOP deep stack.
Oh my God! Are they gonna hold? I don't think they're gonna hold it inside. It looks like they vacated that entire room of the tables. I guess maybe I don't know if it was a little pressure by the players and the scuttlebutt. There were no additional tables in that room other than the 3 tables that are going on.
I love the word scuttlebutt. That's a good
scuttlebutt.
One. By the way, what's going on with the Vuvuzela in there on the mothership? We got apparently a Vuvuzela is going off.
A horn you're talking about?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of horn for Bruno.
For Bruno.
Yeah.
It's Bruno. That's what
Bruno
we said.
the
Brazilian rail.
The horn went off.
Somebody brought a Vuvuzela in here. Are you kidding me? God. We thought we got rid of those at the stupid World Cup last time around. Now they're back.
Yeah, even though I have media access, there is a sort of a zone that you can't go inside of because of the ESPN cameras.
Right.
So it's a lot easier to cover the feature table because there is actually a tournament director there who's announcing the bets and the action. Where on the other 2 tables, and they're pretty crowded in there. The other 2 tables, you have to go with the overhead camera, and it's real hard to count the chips, or unless a player says out loud what it is. So it's easier to cover the feature table right now. But hey, you're getting instantaneous updates on the Mark Hoke Show.
You betcha.
Actually, one guy who was in there, one audience member, said, "Are you actually is this going out live?" And he goes, "Wow, that's incredible." And he said, "How do I get in? How do I tune into that?" Because
there you go.
MarkHokeShow.com.
You betcha.
So, yep. I mean, I said to him, you can get it about 20 minutes later on the internet, but we're going to give it to you as it goes.
Yeah, you betcha. So if you want to play Deep Stack today, 2 p.m. at 2:35, 6 p.m. is 185, 10 p.m. 135.
Where? At where?
I have no idea. Somewhere in this building. Somewhere in this building.
I came out to get more scrap paper, too, because I was jotting down hands as they go, and obviously if someone folds, there's no reason to call that hand in, but a couple of hands went all the way to the turn and got folded, so trying to keep my notes and scratch out, this hand's alive, this hand's not. So I need more paper.
Yeah, and Scott, I've got plenty in the bag. I've got some stuff for you. Scott Maheen is chipped up against Dan Smith, goes to $4.3 million. Of course, Kiernan had taken the chip lead, and I'm not Kiernan, I'm sorry. You have to excuse me on that. Sindelar. And Kyle Kiernan is chipped up a little bit, and he goes to 5.1. So some of these short stacks are refusing to die in there. So we still sit
hang around. Jacobson's going to give him some chips.
Yeah, so 25 players left, and of course, still playing shorthanded on the feature table. I'm kind of surprised at that. I would have thought they'd have slid another person over.
C2 has been empty for a while now.
All right, so
You're playing 8-handed.
So we're 8-handed on 2 of the tables, 9-handed on another one. Once again, the feature table is Jacobson, Zaichenko, Stevenson, Sabat, McCorkle, who got moved over there earlier today, Newhouse, Politano, and Kiernan. Constantino on table 2 with Van Hoof, Tonking, Velador, Seneft, Devonshire, Smith, Palmer, and Maheen. And that table is starting to get pretty interesting with some of the short stacks chipping up.
You got a chip count on Kyle?
I will in a second.
Okay.
Kirignard, Larabe, Force, Graves, Kemps, Sara, Sindelar, and Lightborn on the 3rd table. Chip counts.
Where's Kyle? Because he wasn't afraid to be pushing his chips around in there on the feature table.
Yeah, he moved up to, got himself up to a little over $5 million.
Okay.
So Kyle Kiernan fighting his way off being the short stack and close to being the short stack and going into the 2 days play has now slid into 14th place. So this is gonna be a fun day, Joe. If these guys, we talked about some of the pros down on the bottom of the list having legitimate opportunities to be able to maybe cash in on some of these amateurs and slide up, and they've done that. You look at let's see, Smith. Well, not Smith. Kiernan has moved up. Palmer has moved up and gotten himself out of trouble. So, a couple of these guys, they know what they're doing, and they're going to try and capitalize on every opportunity here to make the November 9. But how about Thomas Sara? Now up to $10 million, the complete amateur. I mean, this is worse than Moneymaker. No cashes, and is now in the top 10 of the main event.
Who's that now?
Thomas Sara Jr.
Okay. He's on stable 2, I think, right?
Table 3. I think it's table 3.
Oh, table 3.
Yep. All right. So Yeah, I mean, this is going to be fun. And I tell you what, Joe, what's the atmosphere in there like right now? You got to go in the room. So what's the feel of the place right
Serious. There is no talk among the players at the feature table. Nobody is talking, which is unusual. Usually you see a little banter back and forth between the players, but it's all business in there. Nobody's talking and.
Anything interesting on the rail other than the vuvuzela?
No, the Brazilian horn is the only thing that's interesting. It's I don't want to say somber because that would probably be the wrong adjective to use here, but it's very businesslike in there right now. Tournaments sometimes are fun, especially if you have a character at the table who likes to chat it up. But the two or three times I've been in there, it's very quiet. The only thing you hear is the tournament director announcing the bets and the flop and the turn and the river, and other than that is no talk among the players whatsoever.
Wow.
As of now.
All right. Dan Sindelar has added a few more chips. He goes to $25,900,000. That is a lock number right there. If you can hold that number, you're going to November 9. So Dan Sindelar trying to wrap up a spot in the November 9 and possibly go in as the chip leader. That wouldn't be a bad place to be. Not at all.
Being among the last 25 right now is not a bad place to be either. So.
All right. And, of course, don't forget, guys, if you're in as a guest, we're starting, of course, as the day's going to go on, we're going to see the numbers start going up and up. We don't, unfortunately, get a real good count on there. But if you're in there as a guest, we'd love to have you interact with us in the chat box. All you have to do is go to ustream.tv real quick. Get yourself a username and then sign in. We're under Rogue Wire, which is, of course, our home site for the MarkHokeShow.com. So just find us on there, and you can get in the chat box with us and interact, give your opinions and thoughts. Of course, with Joe here, we can...
you can heckle me?
Yeah. Yeah, we got our phone numbers. The Skype line's MarkHoke5150, and phone number is 702-997-3015 if you want to give us a call. We'd certainly appreciate it. By the way, I think Nate Dowland is hanging out on the Skype. Do you want to say hi to Nate?
Oh, he's made an appearance.
He's at least hiding on Skype. We want to get him in here. We need him in here.
What is he doing?
I don't know. We can find out. I'll pop the Skype up.
Did he call in sick today?
I don't know. You want to call him and ask?
Sure, why not?
Let's call Nate Dowland.
Let's terrorize Nate.
That'll be fun. So we have a couple minutes.
Nate, the former co-host of the Mark Hoke Show, right? Is that what you told me this morning, wasn't it?
No.
You said if Nate doesn't show up, he's the former co-host?
Oh, we're going to beat him, though.
With a wet noodle, probably.
Yeah, there'll be beatings. We got some Arctic Blue cooling towels over here yet. 12 lashes with an Arctic Blue cooling towel.
Is he answering his phone? Is he avoiding us?
I don't know. There he is. Nate Dowland, everybody. What's up, Nate?
What's up, guys?
Where are you?
I am sitting at home watching my son play his new Xbox One.
Are you kidding me?
Get in here.
Get in here. I wish I could.
We need you.
Kind of busy and not feeling so good today.
Well, picked a bad day to get sick. What's going on?
Oh, I know, right? There's some California poker news going on. I don't know if you've been watching.
We haven't. We got a little tournament going on.
Yeah,
there. Just a tiny one.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you guys even hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys familiar with what's going on in California right now?
I
know
not.
that the WSOP is going on and everything else, but there is some breaking news in California on online poker.
That privatetable.com thing?
Exactly.
Yeah, see, I knew a little bit about it.
Privatetable.com is opening up, and they're saying they're going to be accepting cash play from Californians. We can't sign up here in Nevada for it, but
Well, that's
California's got
only
some
30
big
minutes
news.
from the border. So.
That's kind of against the law at this point, isn't it?
Well, despite no bill being passed, the California tribe Santa Ysabel announced impending launch of real money online poker.
Wow.
So, and I'm reading this right off Agent Marco's site. We all know Agent Marco.
Yeah, I did see an update on this yesterday. I'm a little shocked at that going on. That is really putting a thumb in the state of California's face. That's for sure.
Well, good for them.
I guess they want to be the next poker star. So.
Yeah, good luck on that. We'll see how that goes. But wow, that's definitely an interesting development without legalization. I'm assuming that they're claiming sovereignty for their nation, and that's why they're doing it. So, wow. Well,
I was out a little late last night. I did head over to Binion's yesterday. I did sit in on Chad Brown's memorial service there at Binion's. Very touching ceremony. Great speakers. Our friends over at Poker News have a great video up on it.
Yeah, and of course they raised $70,000 last night at the memorial. So
there were guys pulling out. Dan Shack was sitting on my left, and the guy on my right busted, and Dan Shack's throwing him $50 to rebuy. It was $50 for $2,000 in chips for rebuy, or $100 for $4,000, which was the starting stack. So, and there were rebuys left and right. My buddy Larry ended up taking 8th place, which PokerStars threw in $17,000 worth of seats to tournaments that they can buy you into all over the country. So that was great for PokerStars too.
All right, that's awesome. Well, Nate, we got some updates coming in on the tournament, so I got to get back to.
Hey, before we let Nate go,
sorry, go ahead.
Nate, any chance of picking up a pizza for us? And
that would be
down here?
awesome. We need a pizza.
Yeah, there's no food down there today, is there?
No.
Well, there's limited food, but
I have no vehicle, guys.
Oh, man, you'd really be back in our good graces if you can, God, I think I'm gonna have to go out and get a pizza.
Yeah, we need a pizza.
Nate, we need a pizza.
We need a pizza.
Your co-host status is in question.
Yeah, we need a pizza.
Well, how about Casino Examiner? Maybe you can drop one over.
Room.
He's a little far away.
Metro Pizza's pretty close, and we got pretty good pizza. Metro Pizza.
Okay. We'll work on
Mark
that.
says
We'll get
okay.
one
Like,
delivered.
go ahead, Joe. Go get it. Go ahead.
No, I didn't say that.
you implied that.
My wife's coming down. No, I did not imply that at all.
Well, you could have her go up to the Burger King bar up there, or the Whopper bar.
You mean the hookah bar?
The Whopper bar.
No, the Burger King bar. The Burger King where they have the toppings bar.
Oh.
Yeah, on the other side there. We'll get a break in at some point.
All right, Nate.
All right. Well, Nate, thanks for calling in, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, later, guys.
Yep. All right.
Nate Dowling.
Nate Dowling, everybody.
Yeah. Makes an appearance.
I heard a drum. Did you hear the drum?
Before he came on?
No, there's a drum playing somewhere.
That's not the Brazilian
It's got to
crowd.
be a Brazilian.
No, it's not.
No, are you
They
sure?
got the horn.
But that doesn't mean they can't be. Oh, they're going to bring every musical instrument they've got. Kazoos, harmonicas.
Oh, well.
I don't know.
I'm getting kind of hungry. So
I am hungry.
What do you like on your pizza, by the way? I saw the other day
anything
but anchovies. I thought I saw you put that somewhere. Because I like anchovies.
Well, I like them too. I mean, just not on
your pizza.
Not as like a solo topping.
Oh,
you got to pair anchovies with a lot of stuff to really.
No, you
pep
don't.
it up.
No,
I think so.
Anchovies by themselves.
Do you ever have an anchovy and pineapples on a pizza at the same time? It's like a sweet and sour pizza. It's good.
Pineapples do not belong on pizza.
Oh, Joe, come on now! Don't start that.
I started in Hawaii. You know that, right? That pineapple on the pizza.
It worked out well.
For you, maybe.
I love it.
Oh.
Dan Sindelar has opened up more of it, Shipley. He's gone to $26 million now, and Martine Jacobson has fallen below $20 million, just barely, but he is down to $19,800.
19 million.
Or 19 million, I'm sorry about that.
If he's done 19,000, he's in trouble, boy.
Yeah, that would be difficult.
He'd be on his way out the door.
Luis Velador 15.9, Papa Constantino at 15.8, Politano 14.6. Sara is now in 6th at 10 million. And what I'm finding very interesting about how this is fluctuating at this point is these guys that started off at 10 to 20, the 10 to 20 million range, just haven't been able to really get any ground and have actually been taking some hits. When they're in position where one round of double and up, getting to 20 million is going to put you into the November 9. And they just can't seem to get the traction. The short stacks have been fighting back and playing very well.
When you say put you in, just because you get to that number doesn't put you in. It's you have enough chips at that point.
Yeah.
But you still have to play in post, antes, and blinds, and whatever. And so,
a lot of suitcases coming in the door. By the way, did you notice this?
Let's carry the money out.
I think everybody's just, if they think that they're going to be ditching those suitcases in a couple hours and taking them out to the car, I think they're very wrong.
I don't know. I have no idea what the suitcases are for, but I think the smartest guy in the place today, besides you, Mark, is the tax guy who's sitting right outside the door where the players are.
There you go.
with tons of money and like, oh shit, what do I do with all this money and how do I protect it as far as so I don't give too much of it away to the IRS?
Exactly.
I mean, because you can send them your email, but they'll lose it. But they ain't gonna lose.
They don't lose our emails.
They're
They
not
lose
gonna lose
their
our
own.
emails. They lose their own
Lose their
emails.
own.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, 25 players left, and now down on the short stack is Urain Carrignard, 2.3. Leif Forces at 2.9. Both players on the same table right now. And Donny Larabe, who was in the top 10 for a long time, has been getting clipped right and left, and is down to 3.1. Maximilian Seneft at 3.275. Scott Palmer trying to fight his way back after being under $1 million to start the day. Now has gotten to 3.4. Devo's at 3.5. Graves at 3.7. So you can keep an eye on these short stacks right now as they try to weave their way back into this thing and get to the Penn and Teller Theater November 10th.
You think if we call Metro Pizza and tell them we'll plug them on the air, they'll send 2 pies down?
That'd be nice.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the Mark Hoke Show calling you. Would you like to send 2 pies down to the Rio and we'll mention you on the air? Like we did already, so send the pies down.
There you go. PJ Harvey 10 in the chat box saying the guy could be talking about Sarah, I would assume. The guy could be a cash game millionaire despite having no tournament cashes. Yep, I would
Could
agree
be.
with that. But of course,
still.
we're in the tournament realm. So and with no, I mean, and having no cashes, I mean that means you didn't even play a circuit event.
Oh, you could
or
have
anything like that. It didn't
possibly
cash,
play, but not cash. You only
Yeah.
cash about on the average 8 to 10% of the tournaments you play in.
Yeah, it's a very different ball game.
Cash,
playing
yeah, absolutely.
from cash to tournament. So
What do you prefer, Mark? Do you prefer cash or tournaments?
I'm a tournament guy.
You're a tournament guy?
I'm a tournament guy. I try to get too crazy when I play cash. It's tough for me to pull it back.
Okay.
All right, and well, there's a group of people heading out of the Amazon room. Not sure if there was a player in that pile.
No. What I think what's going on is groups of friends are coming down to kind of experience the World Series.
I'm sorry, we're on the air, sir. How can I help you? Up that way.
Yeah. Even on a day where there's very few people, we still get interrupted. It's amazing.
It's the World Series of Poker.
We got to get Nate to sit in a chair and just, defer people away from us.
Yeah, there you go.
Or bring us a pizza.
Yeah, God, get on the bus with a pizza.
It'd be cold by the time he got here.
I wouldn't care.
He doesn't live far from the other Metro. Metro Pizza. Come on, let's call them.
Call him up. Joe's going to the phone.
I wonder if they deliver.
Yeah,
I bet you they would send 2 pies down.
Yeah, because when the players get their next break, then we're going to take a little bit of a break away from the show. And, of course, when dinner break comes up, we'll be off, obviously, because there won't be anything going on.
We'll be eating.
Yeah, definitely eating. But, of course, we're going to be covering this all night here until it is done. I'm kind of, I got to say, though, I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't seen a couple more eliminations here early on. But, of course, some guys tried and doubled up.
But they didn't try to get eliminated.
No, they didn't try to get eliminated, but I'm just saying, they made an attempt with the
Some
short
players
stack.
tried to help them leave the tournament area.
And it did not happen.
Well, keep on calling with ace high there, Martin. It ain't going to work too often.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. We've just seen that happen so many times where these guys have been high on chip stacks here and just come in and make some dumb mistakes. I'm not saying, and
Yeah,
certainly
we're not making fun of Martin, by the way.
That's not a huge mistake on his part.
No,
but still, you lose a million here, you lose a million there. All of a sudden, you're on the outside looking in when you had it.
Chips in tournaments are like your kids. You need to take care of them.
Yep.
Don't be putting them out in trouble. Look at that.
Are you kidding me?
There's the pizzas being
delivered. We were
delivered.
just talking about getting pizza. Oh, Rob, you meanie.
Oh, God.
I say run to that press room right now and grab 2 slices.
I can't do that. I don't think that's community pizza.
No, probably not. That's the press teams. Oh, that was dirty.
I'm hungry.
That was dirty.
I'm hungry.
Oh my God.
We could get a pizza all the way up front at the Sportsbook Deli Bar.
Whatever you want to do, Joe, you let me know.
Metro Pizza's pretty good, though. I'm going to call them, see if they'll deliver.
I think you should call them. I definitely think so. All right, so once again, 25 players remaining here at the World Series Poker Main Event. And like I said, we're starting to see the foot traffic coming now. People starting to make their way in.
We should call him on the Skype number. Put him right on the air.
Metro? No, mine's call in only on that.
Oh, it's call in only. We can't call out.
That's a call in only. Updates. Let's see what we've got for any other hands that are going on right now. Let's see. Politano appears to be getting a little frisky in there. Jake Politano's up to 14. Newhouse is once again right around 10. And this featured table has been quite interesting, with 2 eliminations early. Now playing shorthanded. Jacobson's at 19. Politano's at 14. Newhouse at 9. Zaichenko at 8 or 8.9. Stevenson at 7.9. McCorkle at 6.8, Sabat at 6.3, Kieran 4.7. So, and Kieran has been chipping up. So now all of a sudden, the few chips that Jacobson gave away, along with these other guys starting to chip up a little bit, we talked about Jacobson having an opportunity to maybe blast a few people off this table. The 2 short stacks get wiped out, but these other guys have managed to chip up. So now Jacobson sitting at 19.8. Leaves himself in a spot where, let's say, McCorkle comes at him and doubles up. Well, now all of a sudden that puts McCorkle at would put him at like 13.6, and Jacobson would be down to 13.6. So now, instead of being able to maybe try and wipe a few people out and be able to take that hit, now Jacobson can't do it, and that's where those couple million chips here and there could be very costly in terms of strategy and in terms of, obviously making the November 9.
Okay. Strategy is to try to keep your chips, but like we said earlier in the show, it's a fine line to balance whether you should get aggressive, but the point is, how aggressive should you get? Like Jacobson, he's started the day with 22 million, and now he's below 20 million, so he's given away a little more than 2 million in chips. So it's almost 10% of a stack. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it could be very, very important.
Scott Maheen is going up to 6.2 now. Takes a few chips off Luis Velador. So Maheen goes to 6.2. So these guys, like I said, these guys on the bottom, for the most part, have managed to find their way back. Oh, this could end up being a long night, Joe.
25-way chop.
Would you take that? How much?
You know what? We should take a commercial break. Let me look at the numbers and let's see what a 25-way chop would work out. And you play for the bracelet.
That would be it.
You bring up the prize pool.
25-way chop. You're gonna make me do math and everything.
No, I'll do it. Just give me the numbers. I'll do it.
Well, I'm going to call for pizza first.
I'm going to try to.
That's why you really want the commercial break. You want to call for pizza.
I want to see if I can get us delivered right to the show.
That would be so awesome.
That would be good.
All right, let's take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. We're live at the World Series of Poker, Day 7. 9 guys are going to be walking out of here very, very happy as they'll be returning to play for $10 million. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man,